It's chaos, but entertaining.
I'm not taking no sides. It don't got nothing to do with me.
Okay, I'm almost done.
No problem, baby. But they want to put each other in jail. They want to put each
They
other
might as
behind
well
the
all
four
be
walls.
friends at this point.
Can't we wait? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Yeah, let's be friends, everybody.
They
But
may as well because they're the same people
What
they
the
hit.
world?
what just happened? Oh, sissy, you must have
The
dropped your pictures
yep.
Is
going.
that mine?
Yeah, it's you.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Hold on.
the internet said, "Get we enjoyed the spot this weekend." Food. Oh, I saw the picture, y'all. Y'all look so cute, Tony. They was out there meeting up like normal individuals out in these YouTube streets. Oh, I just want to also say this. Hold on, y'all. And Tony, I know you working, but baby, hold on. What's the date? October 4th is two things. It is the album dropping of. Is it October 4th, Tony? Of Lady La, right?
Yeah, fourth year.
I know. I want to know what's on those tortilla chips. Ooh, I will eat seafood if I want to, Don. And I'm probably going to have a seafood restaurant for my birthday. So mind your
I
business.
love seafood.
Yes. Well, Gib, I'm coming to ATL too. And when I come there, Gib said he's going to take care of me and he's going to get me some Haitian food.
Sissy, I'll be right back. Some grape juice got on my phone.
That's what you get. Okay.
That's really great juice.
Yes. And so yeah.
I'm ready when you are, babe.
Okay. Hey, Lady Lizzy. Oh no, okay, I can
Yeah, I'm
see
about
them
I
in your
leave
chat.
you, boo.
to,
Good morning,
uh,
everybody.
yeah, I might go ahead and down in the chat.
Okay, thank you, baby.
Yeah, I
All
hate
right.
being sick.
Okay, feel
Being sick.
better.
Thank you.
Get you some nice
Okay.
homemade vegetable soup and make
Yes,
it a little spicy.
exactly. Good morning, everybody. Y'all, me and Payday are doing a dual live stream this morning. And I just wanted to tell y'all, they mad and they at war right now. But when Lady La's album drop, y'all really gonna be mad. Cause baby, she went to war on all of y'all. Y'all ever mess with La?
Oh,
You
Lady Lie have an album dropping?
baby, she did a mixtape. It's $10. If y'all have Lady La's link, can you
Is
please
it a
one of my
YouTube mixtape, girl? Do tell.
it's called Courtesy Flush. She did some of you bitches a solid. And she did a little courtesy flush. Good morning, everybody. Good morning,
Good
everybody
morning,
coming
everybody
in.
coming
Salute. We're doing a dual stream because baby, I'm getting ready to read Kim's Lost Words. And we're gonna give our reactions on it. But yeah, it's gonna be y'all, it's going to be something when that mixtape drop. But I will say this: hey, legit money, the mixtape is amazing, y'all. So if you haven't, if one of my mods can please drop Lady La's link in the chat, y'all can go over there right now. You can get the the mixtape early right now if you want to. It's only $10, so just cash app her and she'll send it out to y'all. All right, Payday, you ready?
in. I'm ready, girl.
Okay, y'all. I am reading Kim's Lost Words. It's a Journey for Justice from the Other Side by Jamal T. Millwood for Kimberly A. Porter. What I said before was that we don't know if these are the true writings of Kimberly Porter. This can be, some of it can be the truth, none of it can be the truth. So we just wanted to preface those readings with saying this. Okay. Chapter 1 is the introduction. Soon after high school, I started landing modeling jobs. I couldn't believe it. It was all happening so fast. I met my husband, father of my oldest child, and one of my oldest friends in life. I'll be sure. It was a whirlwind romance. I was only 19 when we married, and no, it didn't work out. Al is still one of my best friends to this day. Our son Quincy is such a talented and wonderful young man. At that time, I had no idea my relationship with Al was going to introduce me to the man that I would spend the better part of my adult life with. A man whom I would love and cherish, but eventually fear and hate. I don't want to put the cart before the horse, but I will say, although I knew what was going on, I turned a blind eye many times. Here I have to tell this truth. Unfortunately, because deep down I knew everything that was happening, but I lied to myself a lot. He was so charming, a wolf in sheep's clothing, a devil, and I fell for it. This story must be told despite the fact it will hurt my children. I cannot hide it any longer. Sean Combs must be stopped. First of all, I'm Paydae. I didn't know that she was married to Albie Shore.
I didn't either, and I also didn't know that she met Diddy through Albie Shore.
Yes. So, all right, we're gonna go to chapter 2. Y'all brace yourselves. I already read it over on the island, but we getting ready. Chapter 2. Chapter 2 is titled Humble Beginnings. I was born to loving parents. Jake Porter and Sarah L. Porter in the Peach State of Georgia, all through Columbus High School, where I graduated in 1988. I knew I was going to be famous. In the 10th grade of my best friends, in the 10th grade, one of my best friends, Tina, said to me, "You won't make it here in Georgia." I knew if I really wanted to be famous, I would have to leave my hometown and my home, Georgia. This conversation was so important as I look back now. It changed my life. I met Al while I was working in the industry. He was so dope and charming, and I had a crush on him. We were married before I knew it, and Quincy was on the way, but I was young, and it just felt like it wasn't going to last. It was a little heated between us after we separated, but we got past that quickly. He's just a super dope guy and an amazing father. Though we separated, we are forever bonded through Quincy. Thank you, Al. I will always love you. When I met Sean, he was cool. I didn't think much of him at the time. He was just another guy at the label. Uptown was huge, and we were all living our best life. But Sean continued to lay on the charm. And before I knew it, we were dating. As a young single mom at one of the hottest companies in the world, life couldn't get any better. Then it did. My boyfriend was getting even bigger. He and Clive would hang out a lot, but I didn't think anything of it. I mean, that was his boss, and he was doing things bigger than most men dare to even dream. Then it happened. I mean, okay, I was a little bit of a freak. I really enjoyed myself with my partner, and toys are one thing, but I never imagined having a man I was dating asking me to use a toy on him. The first time he said he just wanted to experiment, try something new, I was grossed out, but he kept begging. He said it would only be this one time, and he was just curious. I was only 20 at the time. I said, what the hell? I hated it. He bled from it, and there was shit on it. I left him alone after that. Father in heaven.
What? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh, Jesus. Let me Paydae your thoughts. Hey, straight bullet.
He begged her to use the toy. He gave in. And there was shit and blood on it.
Salute to the beautiful people coming in the chat. I'm sorry. Trigger warning. Okay. There's gonna be talk about penises and butt plugs and okay, just hang on in there.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, are we ready for the next? Y'all trying to get through this? Sounds like they stole from fake R. Kelly.
Very similar. Like I don't even know what I think. I'm so speechless, but okay, I'm listening.
Good morning, babies. My mother's keeper. I see y'all in here. I'm trying to read, so I let Paydae keep her eyes on the chat. But baby, whew. Okay, and we in chapter 3. Okay. Sean kept reaching out, and I kept ignoring his calls. Eventually, in a few weeks, we ran into each other at an event. He came over and sat next to me. We were cordial. He flattered me by saying, "You look so amazing." I replied with a simple, "Thanks, Sean." I tried to get up to leave, but he pulled my arm. And as I turned to him, he looked deep into my eyes and said, "Look, what happened between us was weird, but I really care about you. Can we?" He paused, and I tried to use this as an attempt to escape. I pulled my hand back and said, "Sorry, Sean, I have to go." "Please, I think I'm falling in love with you. Can we talk?" My breath was taken away. Did he say he loved me? It was so fast. As his I wasn't aware of this as his manipulation tactic. Not yet. God, I was so young, so naive. He continued, "Let's just have dinner." And I fell for it. 2 days later, we went out for drinks at a lounge in Lower Manhattan. The place was nice. Sean was really coming up and pulling out all the stops to impress me. He pulled the chair out for me to sit. Back then, he was always a gentleman. He smiled and said, "Look," as he sat across from me. I hated it. I never want to do it again. Give me another chance. Over coffee the next morning, I decided to give him another chance. For the next year and a half, things seemed pretty normal. It was fun. Things were going great, and we were living the dream that I dreamt about throughout my youth. Sean and Clyde were working on Bad Boy, and he had his first couple of artists. He picked up Craig Mack, then some rapper from the West Coast called Notorious B1. Hell is that? To help Chris develop. He was collaborating with the biggest names in hip hop to make it happen. Things could not be more things could not be more amazing. Then he asked me to do it again. It was insane. Sean said, "Baby, I can't stop thinking about it." "What the hell are you talking about?" I responded. Sean continued, "I just can't stop thinking about that night. It was amazing. Can you screw me one more time, please?" I became infuriated. "Why don't you go to Clive? He's the one screwing you, isn't he?" Then Sean hit me. That was the first time, but he slapped me hard. Before I could form words, he began to beg, I'm sorry," holding my cheek where he hit me. I turned and ran off. That should have been it. But I guess I am a glutton for punishment. He sent flowers and a bunch of expensive gifts. Then we bumped into each other at another industry event. He sat down next to me. This was deja vu. Sean started, "Imagine running into you here." "Get the fuck away from me," I forced out. He became more serious as he said, "Look, baby, I'm sorry." But I glared at him. "There is nothing you can ever say to me. Nothing." After an awkward silence, he finished, "You know I love you. I love your son. He's my son. I don't know how to fix this, but I'll do anything. I'm sorry." Shit, he can be so sweet. Here we go with the love thing. This time, I'm not falling in. He was great with Quincy, and to be honest, despite everything, I missed him. And as he stood to walk away, I remember hearing myself saying, "Call me later." What the fuck is wrong with me?
Okay, so wait, pause.
That was the end of that chapter.
It was a lot to unpack. Okay, so she knew that he was sleeping with Clive way in the beginning.
Yep, because they spent so much time together.
And he hit her way in the beginning.
Yep.
Okay. And then it's like, oh, I don't know. The way it's worded, it'll take you super duper fast. Because he went from hitting her to saying Quincy is his son.
Yeah, he said, yeah, he felt like Quincy was like a son to him. Yep.
Like, dang, that is crazy.
It gets back. Speaking of Quincy.
Okay. Okay.
Good morning, Jill.
I just had to, I had to process that right quick. So she knew that he liked dildos up things in the beginning. She knew that he was yag in the beginning. She knew that he was abusive in the beginning.
Yep.
But for whatever reason, she still tried to make it work.
I'd love to hear Albie's take on this too, because wait till we get to the next. She's getting ready to get a whole lot more interesting. A Paydae.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Sean arrived with flowers in hand. He wanted to see Quincy. He was so good with him. And Quincy ran over to hug him. I felt my heart melting. He asked Quincy, "How you doing, Tiger?" Quincy looked so innocent as he responded, "I'm good. I miss you." Sean's response sounded genuine. I miss you too. We'll hang out tomorrow, okay? Okay. Sean gave him a little love tap on the butt. It's bedtime, it's bedtime. Quincy replied, okay, good night, as he turned to head towards his bedroom. Here was the man I fell in love with. But what was I thinking? Shit. Not only does he want butt plugs, he slapped the shit out of me. So why am I still talking to him? They say love is blind, but is it stupid too? As Quincy left, Sean looked at me and smiled. Baby, let's go have some fun. The babysitter is on the way. I just want to show you a good time. I was so mad at myself for melting as I said, okay. We sat on the couch laughing and genuinely having a good time. When the doorbell rang, the babysitter had arrived, and so we left. As we exited the house, a big man climbed out of the limo and opened the door for us. He wore a sharp suit with a gun noticeably tucked under his arm. I thought to myself, he could have made it invisible, or did he want me to see it? Despite my reservations, Gene, she's talking about Gene Deal, Gene was a sweetheart. He was very courteous and polite. As he tipped his head and said, good evening, ma'am, Gene drew a smile out of me as I responded, hello. Gene and I would see each other a lot after this day. All right, that was chapter 4. Now, chapter 5 is titled Sean Kneels. Like on his knees, Sean kneels. Good morning, y'all. The year passed, and thankfully, we didn't have many bad arguments, although Sean was strangely getting into voodoo. Jesus. He would put curses on people, and I wasn't sure how to respond to that craziness. My problem as a single mother was I wanted to be married. He always had excuses and delays when it came to committing to marriage. His label was blowing up, Biggie dropped, and it was just about over. He also signed Mary J. Blige, and of course, when I found out he slept with her, we fought. He claimed it was a mistake, and my stupid ass took him back. Again, Sean asked me for a threesome with her. At first, I was mad, but Mary was beautiful. It was our first threesome, and I loved it. Mary was sexy. I would not be doing this a lot, but it was so hot. I was young, and exploring my sexuality was enticing. Over the years, we brought other women into our bedroom periodically, and we were happy. That is until one day I came home to a situation that went from awkward to a nightmare. Quincy was with the babysitter, and Sean was sitting with Albie Shore at the dinner table. I had a child with Al, and Sean was the father in Quincy's life. The awkwardness of us all being together had dissolved a long time ago, but it was still weird that they were here in my home together alone. I sat down and we had drinks. It was fun. The conversation was cool until it wasn't. Al was a little loose after a couple drinks. I remember him saying, it's still weird seeing you with my friend, but you're happy, so I'm happy for you guys. Sean responded, thanks, man. Me and you, we've shared so much. Al replied coolly, word. The conversation took an odd...
So weird.
Wait, you want me to stop?
No, you don't have to. I'll go back to it. Go ahead.
Okay. He said, the conversation took an awkward turn when Sean said, we've all been together sexually, but not together. I was shocked for a moment as quietness lingered in the room. I asked, what do you mean? I'm sorry, y'all, I lost my place for a second. I asked, what do you mean by all together? Al shifted uncomfortably, but Sean didn't hesitate. You know how we sometimes invite other people into our bedroom? I couldn't believe it. Oh, hell no, Sean. This is my son's father. Al, say something. What Al said was mind-boggling. I don't know. It could be kind of hot. I miss you in that way. Although I couldn't believe Sean would do this, the truth was I still cared about Al, and this could be very hot. I just didn't want it messing up my relationship. And if things became awkward, how would it affect Quincy? So I asked, are you both sure? I imagined both of them inside of me. I knew this would be awkward sexually. There would be some bumping of genitals, but what happened next, I couldn't have imagined in my wildest dreams. Now, y'all, so pay attention to what happens next. The next, it says the name Al with a bunch of X's, right? And then it says, I couldn't believe it. I stood there in shock. But when Sean, and there's a bunch of X's. So y'all read in between the lines. I ran out the room. This was too much. I couldn't um believe it. I stood there in shock. I ran out the room. This was too much. I couldn't. Sean called out to me, oh, come on, Kimmy. They didn't chase after me. They and a whole bunch of exes. Okay. I couldn't get the image out of my mind. I couldn't be with Sean for a while, but that wouldn't be the last time I saw Sean in a compromising position. Not by a long shot. One day I found the vault where he kept all of his encounters with men. Yes, he kept a record of it. Okay.
Are you ready for me?
Yes. Yes, I'm so ready because girl, I'm a little traumatized.
That's a lot. So this explains why Albie Sure is very disgruntled about this book coming out.
Girl, when I read that part, I said, Mary J.
Now, the
What?
Mary J. Blige part does not surprise me only because I could see her and Diddy screwing as a way of, you know, how like the introduction into the industry, or, you know, like they kind of do that. But it won't be like I feel like he kind of felt like he had to hit her before like putting her on type shit. Does that make sense?
Yes. Well,
Kind
do
of
you
like
know
they
that
do that. I
that
don't think.
Mary
Go ahead.
they said that Mary came forth and kind of said, so she's spoken, and they said that her words were that it was kind of an initiation. Some
That's
of the
what I
things
mean.
that,
So
okay,
that's
right.
what I mean. I don't think that they would have like carried it on and kept
You're
going and kept going,
welcome.
but it was kind of like, you know, the initiation to being signed, being in the industry, and all that type of stuff, right? And then them having a threesome doesn't surprise me because, you know, it's always been rumored that Mary J likes women, not men, which is why she couldn't really
Yes, that is
hurt
true. I
them.
did hear that. Ain't it
And
a mess,
so
Jill?
I think that that's probably why it kind of turned Kim on, because Mary probably was really into that. She probably was really into like sexually pleasing Kim. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So those two scenarios don't really surprise me. The Albie Short thing did, but I also thought it was weird because he was like, we've shared so much in our life. Like it gives me the feel of The Color Purple when they was talking about Suge. Like you had her your
Right.
way, I had her mine type of way.
Right.
Like it's crazy. And let me say salute to everybody that's
Mhm.
in Brenda's chat. I can see y'all on the screen, but I'm not in her chat. Actually, I'm in my own chat. But salute to y'all. I see y'all.
Yes. Payday is also streaming, and I see y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all are welcome, honey. We've been going back and forth about reading this book for a few days, and we went through it. Okay, figure this book
We
out.
most definitely did.
And so what I said in the beginning is that please just know we're doing commentary because I think that me and Payday know that this is not the factual actual book, but I think that there are some things in this book that are true, that are very true,
I
right? That
think there's a
actually,
lot of things. So
yeah.
okay. So this is what's going on, right?
Hmm.
So Kim Porter wrote a book.
Hmm.
Um, some of her close friends allegedly got a hold of the script or the book itself, right? They knew
Yeah.
that they couldn't legally publish her book. So what they did was they took out certain parts of what they read and they put it together and did like a Kim's Lost Words book, allegedly. We don't know for sure or for fact, but that's, if I had to believe something, I would believe that her friends actually read the book once they found it, you know, after she was deceased. And
Hmm.
because they couldn't publish it, they just kind of like did like a little short 59, I think, because isn't it like 59 pages or something?
Right. Yeah.
So, and that's why the chapters are so quick. So I think that they kind of took out some of the juicy details and just put it in another book.
Yeah, at 59 pages, because I think that the way that this book is written, you can see that somebody went in, if this was her words, and they changed it, because this book sounds almost, it's a little Harlequin romance-ish, and kind of like the way that it's worded. So maybe so that they wouldn't get in trouble, they went in, they changed a lot of things to the book. Cause some of that, like Tiger and stuff like that, like I don't see Diddy saying Tiger, Quincy Tiger. Some of it's just like a little off the beaten path. But then again, what do I know? Hey Tinker, hey
Right.
guys, I see y'all.
Weird character. So
Um, and to talk, okay, so Dawn brought up something good because they were saying that Mary, a lot of stuff is coming out with this. They were saying something about Mary being involved with a man who was younger than her, right? And then that led me to think about that Danny Boy group that Mary is over now. So I know that they're probably going to be giving her heat for that because with this Diddy stuff coming out, it's going to open up a can of worms for other people's private lives that we weren't knowledgeable about before. So we didn't know about this stuff going on with Mary and the fact that she possibly slept with Diddy. There's probably a whole lot of them that slept with him that we don't know about, right? Because he seems to be.
I think he slept with all his artists, men and women.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, it's really really disgusting.
And I feel like he had to do the same thing, which is why he was sleeping with Clive, right? So I feel like it's one of those things that happen in the industry, unfortunately. I feel like he had to do the same thing with a few people, and probably liked it. But yeah, he started to do it himself whenever he would sign someone or whenever he would think about signing someone.
This is sick. Y'all, I'm gonna let y'all know I'm not reading this book in one set. It's like 18 chapters. I'm not reading this book in one set because I think I'll be traumatized. Okay. So should I go on to the next one? The next chapter is entitled Pac. So Tupac enters.
I think we should get into Pac.
Okay, let's go into Pac, y'all. This is chapter 6. Biggie took over East Coast hip hop, and Sean was the brilliant mind that orchestrated it. He hired people to teach Chris how to flow and write his lyrics. He hired the best producers to do the beats, although he took credit for them, and the music was unstoppable. At this point, Sean was sleeping with all the power players, and everyone that wanted to do music wanted to be a bad boy. Sean wheeled and dealed in a way that would have been unthinkable to many. He slept with the guys that really controlled the music to stay on top. A lot of the names average people have never heard of. These are the guys that make decisions on who is winning and who is not. He hosted parties that were just a fancy name for orgies, and everyone wanted in. When I met Tupac, Sean and I had an open relationship, and yes, I slept with Pac. Shit, he was sexy. Sean didn't mind, well, not until he tried to get Pac to join both of us. Pac was not good with that. This is where the relationship between them became strained. Tupac wasn't going to accept Sean's advances. Pac wasn't gay, and he was pissed about the advances. We were all in Sean's house. I was drinking, they were smoking, and everyone was just relaxing. Sean came in on what I am sure he would call a smooth approach. My baby is bad, isn't she? Pac threw me a sly smile. Hell yeah. I felt myself blush. Sean was now in full swing. You think you hit it better than me? I couldn't believe he disrespected me that way. I was not playing with my response. Sean, what the fuck? Pac came to my defense. Damn, bro, you ain't got to do the sister that way. Tupac appeared upset behind Sean's words, but Sean went in for the kill, regardless. I think my dick's bigger than yours. I bet I can make her come faster than you. What's up? Pac was appalled. What the fuck are you talking about, nigga? I ain't trying to run no fucking train. Sean continued. What you scared? What you scared of? Let's see who fucks better. Let her be the judge. Yes, at that point, we had been inviting others into our bed for a while. But I am not used to it and will not stand for disrespect. I wasn't the only one upset. Pac shouted, "Nigga, you talking about pulling your fucking dick out?" Sean was undaunted. "What, you scared?" Tupac simply left. Things were contentious since then. The two could not be in the same room. Pac avoided me as much as he did Sean. When they did bump into each other, the tension was palpable. It felt like blows could be thrown at any moment. Months passed with only the tension between them. It was uncomfortable, but nothing life or death. Then one day, while we were at the studio, it happened. I walked into Sean's office and he was having the conversation. Sean sat across from Jimmy Henchman. Pac don't, I'm sorry, Pac don't leave that fucking studio alive. I don't think I was supposed to hear it. I continued as if I didn't. I'm sorry, it's a little bit of misspelling. "Hey, Sean. Good morning, Jimmy." They didn't seem to think I heard anything. "I'm ordering breakfast." Smiling, Sean replied first, "Let me get eggs sunny side up with grits and an orange juice." I could see he was hung over. Good. I didn't want him knowing I knew anything. If he just put a hit on Pac, knowing something could be dangerous. Jimmy, apparently not hungry, said, "Nothing for me." As he stood to exit the room, he said to Sean, "Let's make that happen." Then nodded to me and said, "Kim, always a pleasure." With a wink to me and a nod to Sean, he turned and walked out. Jimmy was a part of our intimate circle. I went on as if nothing was happening. "I'll make the call now." I smiled as I left, hoping I wasn't white as a sheet. I wasn't in the studio the night Pac survived being shot. Thank God. From what I understood, Sean and Chris saw Pac at the studio after he'd been shot and did nothing. The way God works, after being shot, Pac made it to the elevator and tried to escape, but it stopped at the floor Sean and Chris were on. When the doors opened, they saw him lying on the elevator floor, riddled with bullets. The fact that they didn't call an ambulance, although they saw Pac lying there swimming in a pool of his own blood, would be all the evidence Pac ever needed. He, of course, assumed they placed the hit, and Tupac is a soldier. That is not something that will be unanswered. Tupac didn't do well. He lost a testicle, but he survived. It was orchestrated, and Sean Puffy Combs was the orchestrator.
Whoa. Okay. So first, let's unpack
Oh, Jesus.
that Kim Porter and Tupac slept together. I mean, I can see that. She did say he was handsome. He was handsome.
Definitely was a nice looking man.
He definitely was, and he had the juice back then, girl. So I could see that happening. I could see him definitely turning down Diddy's advances. What's crazy to me is Tupac always suspected that Biggie and them had something to do with it. Although Biggie didn't know about this, he didn't know that it seems like allegedly P. Diddy had something to do with the hit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and this is the studio hit, right? The one that started the beef between
Right.
Tupac and Biggie.
Mm-hmm. Correct. That happened in New York. Right.
Oh, that is crazy that because he was
That's
turned down and felt some type of way, he really got this man hit up and really started like one of the biggest hip hop beefs of all time.
I know y'all a little traumatized. We sorry. We write it. We just rereading it, y'all. Salute everybody in the building.
We most definitely didn't write this, y'all.
Ooh, baby, this is a lot. That's why Pac was ill. I didn't know he lost the. Maybe I didn't know he lost the testicle. We knew that, Paydae.
I did not know that.
I don't think I
You
knew
mean
that.
to tell
Like
me he's been running around screwing everybody with one testicle?
Sean said he changed his name. Sean, you might have to do it until this blows over. Stay low, my guy.
Sean Diddy Combs to change his 1 million times. Okay.
Oh my God, this is a damn mess.
Thank
Thank you.
P. Diddy to just Diddy to yes, it's a lot.
Yes, thank you for the disclaimer. It's for entertainment purposes only, y'all.
And everything in this book is alleged. Okay.
BT, good morning, baby. Good morning, everybody. Sexy Black Jill, we see y'all. Good morning, everybody. My mother's
Yeah,
keeper.
BT comment. So when Pac said that's why FJB he wasn't talking about Faith and Biggie, I listen. I think he still was talking about Faith, okay, but
Facts, Tony. He still could have got it with one testicle. Motherfucking facts, my girl. Yes.
oh, you saying Pac had one testicle, not Diddy?
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't care nothing about Diddy's testicle. I
Oh,
never.
that's what I was talking about. That's why I said he was running around here screwing everybody with one testicle. Okay, you talking about Pac? Okay. Oh no, I didn't know that. Maybe that's why he never had kids.
Well, yeah. I don't. So
It's gotta be harder
it's
to make
this
babies with one.
the why she ended the chapter with that like hold on, let me
Why
go back
Reed
to
ended
it.
the chapter like that, child?
He
Listen.
wait, yeah, because he lost the testicle during this. Wait,
Wait,
my mother's keeper. Y'all don't laugh at me. Hold on, let me go back and read it. He of course
y'all taking
assumed.
me fast because wait, you read that in the book?
Yeah, hold on. Listen, this is the last chapter.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I wasn't in the studio the night Pac survived being shot. Thank God, from what I understood, Sean and Chris saw Pac at the studio after he'd been shot and did nothing. The way God works, after being shot, Pac made it to the elevator and tried to escape, but it stopped at the floor Sean and Chris were on. When the doors opened, they saw him lying on the elevator floor, riddled with bullets. The fact that they didn't call an ambulance, although they saw Pac lying there swimming in a pool of his own blood, would be all the evidence Pac ever needed. He, of course, assumed they placed a hit, and Pac is a soldier. That is not something that will be unanswered. Pac didn't do well. He lost a testicle, but he survived. Not with this book.
Oh my god. Okay, my mother keeper, you right. I'm focused now. I don't know how I missed it, but and I'm trying to think, have I ever heard that? It seemed like I could have maybe remember that vaguely, but that's still crazy nonetheless. I'm still just freaked out that he really like it was some truth to what Pac felt. You know, like for all
Mhm.
these years, everybody thought that he was tripping and just
Right,
blaming Biggie. So even though he thought it was Biggie, I mean, it came from the man behind Biggie, which is Diddy. That's
right.
crazy.
Y'all, this is okay. So I knew that this book was going to be interesting, but this is a mess. Okay, the man done lost a testicle, and as Tony said, he was still got it with one testicle. I love, honey. I had a whole Tupac shirt.
He
Now I didn't
definitely
have.
could have still got it with one testicle. I'm sorry.
And let me tell you something crazy. I went to work one day with that shirt on. I was working at Chase Manhattan Bank when I was in high school. Okay, and I thought that on dress down day, I was going to go to work with a fucking shirt with Tupac on the front of it. What was wrong with me, Payday? Anywho, I sure they going in. They told me I had to mosey on down to the store and get me a sweater because I could not wear that and at their beautiful Chase Manhattan Bank. Okay, so I have to go.
Oh,
They said that's not what dress down Fridays means, ma'am. So, okay, we want you to stay, but go ahead and change that shirt out. I was working there over the summer. Okay. So I learned from that day forward. Okay. Just that's not what dress
yeah.
down Fridays
Love
means.
me some Pac and Bob Marley, girl. I had to refrain from
Yes.
Bob Marley on dress down days. Okay.
Sexy Black, don't laugh at me, baby. They was getting ready to send me up out of there, but I had a few coins. Okay, because that little money I made during the summer was big money to me. Okay. So I went and got me a little cheap sweater, covered that up. I was so embarrassed. Look, I love Tupac. Fuck those people. Okay. I was sent home from school wearing a Malcolm X shirt. Clearly, I went to a Caucasian. Right, Tony. Tony, see, they trying to play on our culture, but I needed my job. Okay.
Tony, I'm mad about that.
Look, back then I was getting 600 and some dollars every 2 weeks. I felt rich. You hear me?
Okay, you was hood rich, girl, for
Boy,
real.
I felt so rich. That's only $300 a week. I felt rich, bitch.
Let's go. Let me see. You wrote a comment. Pac thought it was Biggie at first and confused because they were cool. It's makes more sense with Diddy and Kim situation. It's just how Pac didn't peep that move after their encounter about Kim. Yeah,
Mhm.
true.
Hello, my brisket baby. Good morning. Y'all, we in here cutting
Okay,
up
so
early in the
should
morning.
we? ask the chat if we should go to the next chapter or listen to Suge Knight's interview.
Ooh, y'all tell us what y'all want. Yeah, let's ask the chat.
So, should we continue reading the book or should we listen to what Suge Knight had to say about Diddy in his recent interview from jail?
Yeah, y'all tell us. Said Diddy ain't fat. What you mean, Tony? Who said Diddy? Somebody said Diddy was fat. What that mean? Okay, we got one Suge. Let's listen to Suge, then carry on. That book zesty. They said Suge. Damn, what's the next chapter name? Okay, BT, I was gonna say that. The next chapter is titled Threats. But if we don't do it now, me and Paydae could come back. We could do this later, or we could do this tomorrow morning. I can't shut up.
Y'all tell us.
Y'all, this is a mess.
And ain't no telling who all he didn't threaten.
Right, exactly. Tony keeps deleting your comment? Why? I wonder what you type. Yes, it's called Threats, y'all. And y'all, there's 18 chapters in this book, so we got some chapters to cover. They down there to my facts. Next chapter. Okay, we got one next chapter. Hey, Native B. Am I saying that right? Good morning, y'all. We see y'all. Hey, Jordan. Good morning, everybody. Yes, honey. There's so many other books out there. This is the book that we were trying to find, but fighting this book
was hard.
She said, read the chapter. Okay, we got 2 read the chapters, and we had a few Suge.
Okay, what you gonna do? Okay, so what we'll do is we're gonna read the next chapter, and then we're gonna listen to Suge.
Right. Okay, let's do that. Okay, let's go to chapter 7, babe. Okay, the chapter. Is this blowing up the cart? I don't know. Let's see, BT. Y'all see company. Yeah, they don't know how to act. I don't expect y'all to act. So we could do both, y'all. Don't worry. Me and Paydae came to give y'all a little morning burst on this Tuesday. You don't worry.
Yes, okay. A little escape from all the drama.
Yes, okay, because baby, they out there calling the folks on. They're going to the jail. They're going to the police stations. Okay, let me go. Chapter 7, Threats. At this point, I knew I had to get away from him, but I was scared. Is he going to take my life? If I try to escape, okay, one Friday evening, I thought I found my opportunity at dinner after an event. We were at a ritzy restaurant in a private booth. It was an exclusive setup. We were alone, but we were in public. Perfect. Sean was on the phone talking to an unknown listener as he sat down. His words on the call will be etched into my mind forever. We're going to release. Who shot you now? We waited for a response, then went on to say, of course they're going to think Big was talking about Pac. That's the whole fucking point. Nobody would give a fuck about a diss track against LL fucking Cool J. Do you know how much money we'll make with this kind of rap beef? Niggas battling after someone really got shot? This may not be the best time for this conversation. Sean was finishing up. We drop that shit tomorrow. He listened in the phone, then responded, there's going to be blood in the street. Nigga missed. Pac's alive. Let's capitalize on that shit. When he responds, it's just going to mean more money. He turned around and looked at me, spoke back into the phone. I'll call you back. Then hung up and spoke to me. What's wrong? I tried my best to give a fake smile at what I heard. After all, me and Pac were intimate. I responded, nothing. Sean wasn't fooled. Are you sure? His demeanor was threatening, but I responded as cool as I could muster to his intimidating stare. Yeah, of course. He took my hand saying, that's wonderful. He began to squeeze my hand until it hurt as he continued, because seeing you walk in the office while I was talking about killing that motherfucker and you not saying shit to me just had me just a little concerned. His grip was starting to hurt badly. You hurting me. As he continued, he squeezed tighter. You pretending you didn't hear anything was a sign of your loyalty to me, not something I should be concerned with, right? I had no choice but to give him the answer he wanted. I knew I was trapped when I responded, "Of course I'm loyal to you." He let me go as he responded, "Good. And remember, I'm the big dick." I snatched my hand back in pain. He smiled and said, "Let's start off with a good wine." He snapped his fingers, and his favorite wine was poured for him. They knew what Sean wanted, and what he wanted, he got. I'm trapped. Now it's time for me to launch my escape plan. I have to be strategic. It's going to be hard to leave the glamour, the glitz, the lifestyle. I mean, this man just snapped his fingers in one of the most exclusive restaurants in New York City, and they poured his drink of choice. The bottle of wine is 800, and this is 1994. The list to get into this place is 6 months long. If you are somebody, Mayor Giuliani, no Lord, has a table here tonight also. If I got up and walked out, I would be safe. But what about tomorrow? I had to think. He sipped his wine and smiled. "You're not drinking." He pointed at my glass, and of course, a waiter filled it. They knew what I liked as well. Sean has a bad temper. He yells sometimes. And okay, he's roughed me up once or twice, but he never punched me. He never bruised me, and he never hit Quincy. I wouldn't have stood for that. He never laid a hand on my son. At that time, I never thought of him touching Quincy in any way. Then the significance of what he said hit me. Is he mad at Tupac over me? I'm the big dick? Oh my God. The last time he put his hands on me, it was because I enjoyed Jamie Foxx too much. Shit. He enjoyed Jamie too. He gets so insanely jealous. It's not fair. He wants to bring other men into the bedroom, but gets jealous when he does. "Damn, you're quiet tonight," he said, snapping me back into the present. I asked a question that was burning in my mind since I walked into the office. "What does Chris think of this?" He looked at me coolly and said, "His fat ass better just keep doing music." My third guest was escorted over by security. Sean motioned for him to sit. A waiter walked over to Sean Carter and asked, "Would you like something?" Carter responded, "No, thank you." Then said to me, "Hello," with a smile. Smiling, I replied, "Hey, Carter," and took a sip of my drink. The Seans may share a bed together from time to time, but thankfully, I was never asked to join. Carter went on to speak to Sean. "I thought we were meeting in private." Sean replied with a nonchalant shrug. "I had to discuss something with her." "It's fine. Go ahead." He wielded this kind of power. Carter shifted uncomfortably in his chair before continuing. "It's true. Chris and Pac were about to start their own label." Sean slammed his fist against the table, shouting, "Doesn't anyone have any fucking loyalty?" Carter, "Well, that's not happening right now." Sean peered at Carter with distrust. "Why the fuck are you so eager to share this with me?" Hold on, y'all. "Chris is your man. Fuck, he brought you on and you're stabbing him in the back?" Carter responded with indignity. First, sorry, y'all. First, I'm trying to beg that nigga's son. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. First, I'm tired of being that nigga's son. I need to come out from under his damn shadow. Sean smiled lightly. "Okay, I respect that." Carter kept going. "On top of that, this nigga is making that move. And it should have been with me." Sean looked at Carter blankly. "Pac put Chris on. You know this. What's this really all about, Carter? Don't fucking try to play me. The Jay-Z of today wasn't born yet. This young Sean Carter was in over his head, cornered. He had to spill it. I want his spot. Ambition. Now, this is a man I can work with." Sean made a grandiose gesture towards Carter. "Waiter, get this motherfucker whatever he wants." Carter smiled. "Thank you." Sean responded, "Honesty and ambition. We're going to make a lot of bread together." Carter ordered a drink, and he stated again, Guess he won't be leaving with that nigga to do their own label now. Sean responded with his normal air of arrogance. Why don't you let me worry about that? I took this as my cue to escape. I told Sean, I'm going to go ahead and get back to Quincy. Sean was wrapped up in his conversation with Carter and barely noticed as he excused me. Have the limo drop you off. We didn't eat. He didn't care. I smiled and kissed him on the cheek and left. Jesus.
Okay,
Girl.
so they had a threesome with Jamie Foxx, right? That's what I heard, right?
And that's crazy that he came up because he almost left here.
Yes, and I can definitely I believe he slept with a lot of different men, but that's not here nor there. Who? Okay, now what was surprising to me was, didn't she say that Jay-Z and Diddy had slept together?
Yep, but they never had a threesome with her. They only had this shit.
They only would do it with each other.
Ooh, yes.
And who was Biggie trying to start the label with?
Pac.
With Pac. Okay. And so Jay-Z allegedly came and ratted them out.
Yes. Because he wanted his place.
Ooh, child.
That's before he was, he was
Jay-Z,
Carter then. That's why he was Jay-Z the Hova. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, what's your thoughts? Jesus.
I think that hearing that, although I think that this book is loosely based, I think that it kind of brings a lot of things to clarity, because a lot of people who I didn't think like, okay, so Jamie Foxx coming in now and him having this mysterious sickness, right? I'll be sure coming into play and I'll be sure going into this coma, right? I don't think any of this stuff is by happenstance. I believe that these people would strategically, they were trying to kill these people to get them out the way because they knew D-Day was coming.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
Because a lot of this stuff wasn't making sense. Like what happened to Albie Shore, didn't make sense. Jamie Foxx's sickness, we still don't know what the fuck was wrong with Jamie Foxx.
We sure don't. We just
he's still weird, and he's weird as fuck since this has happened. Like that man don't even act the same, right? Came back after the sickness, didn't even talk about it, just went back on social media like nothing happened. Like he's known for the crazy, but I didn't know nothing about it. You couldn't. Some of this stuff is taking me off guard. I don't know. I'm just waiting for.
He loves men and white women.
He definitely loves the white women. That is true.
I think he used white women as a beard almost a little bit.
Right, Kiss? No coincidences. I don't think any of this. Okay, so let's see. Let's also consider how many people who were bad boy affiliates that are either dead or. Come on, Tony. Facts. That is for real. They had a picture with P. Diddy, surrounded by people. Nobody in the picture is alive.
Wow.
Heavy D, all gone.
Auntie Fee say Jamie said he was given a pill for a headache and then ended up in a coma.
See, Auntie Fee, yeah, that sounds. See what I'm saying? And we know he is he's the guy with the 1,000 baby oil bottles. Okay.
They also said everything in the house was spiked.
Keith Washington is a whole crackhead now. I didn't know that, Tony. Tony, say what? We know Craig Mack, Black Rob, Heavy D. Yep. Keith Washington, Andre. Yeah. This is what's that other guy who was on that because I saw him on social media looking horrible too.
I don't think that's
remember that the most beautifulest thing in this world is just like that. What's that guy? Get in here. What Tony, you remember that guy's name? Y'all know that rap song? I don't know. Every time I have to think his name, I can't remember him. Jaguar came into the mix and she is a sex worker. What? No, he's not a trisexual.
He most definitely said a trisexual, child.
Keith Murray. Thank you, Tony. Keith Murray, the most beautifulest thing in this. I love me some Keith Murray. I saw Keith Murray on social media the other day. He looks horrible. He is all cracked. I don't know if it's crack, man. I don't know what's wrong with him. He looks terrible. Thank you, y'all. I know I did a little rap for y'all, a little New York one too. But somebody recorded him. He is out there. Mind gone.
The industry has a way of chewing people up and spitting them out, child.
Yes. Especially when they're over there with that. I meant he's a crackhead now. Oh, you meant Keith Murray. Okay, that's what I was talking. Not you did Keith. Why she saying nothing? Brenda, he's a dom. Who? I'm sick of you, son kids.
Who's a dom?
I don't know. I'm trying to keep up with y'all. Who? Yeah, I'm. Yeah, this is definitely it. Yeah, we'll try this again later or tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Oh, baby, that chapter right there.
Hey, Mo, baby. Yeah, that was
Salute.
crazy.
Hey, Mo. This is a mess. This is a lot, y'all. Holy mother of Christ. Y'all laughing at me. Y'all laughing at us. Jamie used to have a house husband. Auntie Fee. The diddler.
I always wondered what was up with Diddy and Farnsworth.
Jaguar's a dom. Oh, she said, Kiss is saying, yeah, Farnsworth is quiet. To the people who got away, because even with Shine getting arrested might have saved his life.
That's true. They probably would have off them otherwise.
Yep, he's in politics now. Did y'all know that?
I did not know that.
He is. You know what? I'm gonna send you the link. I think I sent it to Ian.
But do you
Earlier.
see all these New York politicians going down with Diddy?
I don't know if he's still here. I don't know if Shine is still in New York.
No, I'm saying, the New York mayor is supposed to be wrapped up in it.
Yes, heard about it. He gave
a
him
few
the keys.
Down.
Last year, Mayor, you was out there giving him the key to the city.
Baby. This is
I was over there when Aunt again was over there breaking it down. All right. We watched him give his statement. Adams. I never liked Adams, and I almost got thrown out of the Twitter. But going over there and being very not nice with him and Hochul. Kathy Hochul is the governor of New York City, because I think they're both idiots, and I don't really care for them. I don't think they have a plan for New York City, and I don't think they know what they're doing. So him being indicted didn't really surprise me, especially with the information that we've gotten. And I don't think that he's resigned yet. I think he's going to be he has to be forcibly pushed out. But you gave that man a key to the city, and I will not be surprised if other things are going to come out about him. Shine is in belief. See, yep, I didn't think he was here anymore. I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
While you talk, I'm gonna pull up the interview.
Okay, thank you. All legendary actors, singers, and rappers are put in our American history very disgraceful. Shouldn't even pursue these careers. Yeah. Shine got deported. Oh, he got deported. BT. Y'all, thank y'all for the info. Listen, we appreciate y'all, because good for him. It probably, let me tell you something. That's why when things happen, when people get rejected or doors are closed and things don't happen, thank God, because sometimes those things save your life. Because Shine probably will be over here getting caught up in all kind of bullshit right now. Yes, he did. Yep, he did. I sent that to Aunt actually last week. Did he destroyed his life? Okay, let me pull you up.
View.
I love Cuomo. I can't help it. I just love this man. I think he's a great journalist. Be quiet.
Okay, it's in the book whenever you're ready.
Oh, yeah, I'm ready, boo. She's getting ready to play it, y'all. Suge Knight.
Okay, so this is Suge Knight interview from jail. It's his most recent interview. I think it was like a week ago, if that long. All right, y'all.
I have a crush on Cuomo too. Hey, Max.
a little bit of homework and know who you are, why should they believe you about what you think and feel about Sean Diddy Combs and any allegations against him, given your history of animosity with him?
Can y'all hear even though I'm on mute?
I can hear it. Yep.
Well, first of all, I'm not calling you and nobody else to get nobody to believe anything regarding him. Like I said, and I always say, me personally, I don't jump up and down and cheer for no black man going to prison or any other man, any other human being going to prison. Because people think prison is always the answer. I'm not saying a lot of people don't deserve to do their time and see what's going on. But at the same time, that's not no cheerful thing, because when you look at it, that man have kids.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever affects him definitely affects his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I know there's a lot of victims involved in it, and whatever affects them affects their kids. So it's not a good thing to be talking about any shit about the next person. But it's not a gray area with me. And at the same time, Puffy didn't react or get what he got or doing those things or those allegations by himself. He was taught from people before him, and he did it to the younger people after him. And we can talk all day and say what's true, what's not true. The only true part about it is,
What's crazy is that's what we were just saying. That's what I was saying, that it was done to him and then he, did it to others. I'm about to press play.
videos, conversations, and people can see what they've done.
Mm-hmm.
But for it being happy and proud and say, what do people think? That's irrelevant.
So, Suge.
It's just like I heard earlier today when Ray J was talking to TMZ.
Mm-hmm.
I got love for Harvey, but I see Charles always got something negative to say when it comes to West Coast people. And Charles tried to make a reference to say that, how do I feel when I'm in prison? Yeah, I'm in prison. I guarantee you I'm free more than Charles. If I feel like sleeping to 5 o'clock, I want to sleep 12 hours a day, I can.
Sure.
But besides all that, the fact is, it's not no competition who's going to talk the loudest or talk the best. It's not something positive that can help anybody. I don't get on no platforms unless it be something positive. If it ain't positive.
I understand what you're saying. I want you to try to make some positive points here. I get what you're saying about TMZ, but that's not really my interest, as you might imagine. My interest is in what you can help people understand about these allegations that Diddy is facing and what you believe he's facing on the inside. Now, what's most interesting to me is that you seem to see Diddy as kind of an Epstein kind of figure, that Jeffrey Epstein, that a lot of people know what Diddy was about, and they were about the same thing, and that's why they're quiet. That's why J-Lo and Ben Affleck got divorced, because of videos that he has of her that now they know about. Where is this coming from with you? What do you believe about the people around Diddy and what everybody knows?
Well, first of all, you got to start with at the top. If you're starting with the top, Clyde Davis, Russell Simmons, Andre Arell, Jimmy Iovine. Even if you take Jimmy Iovine, he had an allegation from him, same thing, it went away. You take Jimmy Iovine. They told me at Universal and Interscope, they said, you know what? We can't deal with artists that gets in trouble. And your artist gets in trouble, they talk crazy.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Keep going, Suge.
They speak about what they see. Now, I was told that I can't do business there because of that. Now, Doug Morris gave Puffy a deal for millions of dollars. It flopped. So when you look at all these things and everybody want to say Puffy, 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 don't get me wrong. Yeah, Puffy stepped in this shit, and even if he wiped the shit off his shoe, it still stinks. But he's not the only one. They got all the tapes.
Now, when you talk about the tapes,
but this been going on for a long time.
Hold on, Suge. Help us understand, because a lot of this stuff is a little inside baseball for people, right? Because they don't live the life, they don't know the world, they don't know the players.
Your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
That's just the recording from the prison. That's just saying that they record it, which obviously they do. Suge, help people understand, what tapes are you talking about? Who has them? And what kinds of things do you think they show?
Well, number one, luckily, I wasn't their first choice. Their second choice, I wasn't no choice to be at those freaky parties. But you know what they show. They used to have a thing in the industry, right? And the sad thing about it, I don't like mentioning Usher. I don't like mentioning Justin Bieber. I don't like mentioning all these people that everybody know what time it is. So at the same time, they used to have a joke. They never played this joke with me. And they used to walk in the Interscope office. They'd go back there and they'd be like, hey, will you pass the test? I said, we haven't did the test. One dude said, well, don't say that in front of Mr. Knight because he's going to take it offensive and hurt somebody. I said, well, whatever it is, I probably would take it offensive when somebody will get their ass whooped. You know, that was me in those days. But they used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They used to take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg, and have those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up their ass. The eggs break, they say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood. So everybody want to go act like they don't know what's going on.
Hold on a second, Suge.
You just look.
Suge,
all you got to do is
I have never heard of anything like that. So if I haven't heard about it, just assume a lot of people haven't heard that before. But you think it's on video?
Let's stop for a second.
Go ahead, Suge.
Yeah, listen, and also, have you ever been to any puffy parties?
No.
You sure they had a long time to think about it, but if you haven't been in those butt naked parties, even some of the preachers been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God. See, they was praying for somebody to have come real quick or something. But I wasn't there, but there's proof of it. At the same time, everybody want to look around and act like something going on that wasn't right. It's the facts of life in the industry, not for the people who don't get in. So everybody, you got to look at it like this. When you see a beautiful woman or you see a handsome man, and it was like that all their life. From elementary school to junior high school to high school, if they forced to go to college, right? They always knew they had something special about themselves. If you take some of the Hollywood executives or some artists, they might have been the ugly duckling for a long time before they had the teeth fix and lipsticks and nose fix, all the work done. Underneath, they still the young man with no confidence because they've been that way all their fucking life. So all of a sudden, if you look at Puffy old pictures, don't look nothing like his new pictures. You know, shit, they didn't do everything.
But Suge, just because he has plastic surgery, all I'm saying is, I'm not saying that you're wrong about rich people doing stuff to their face or whatever it is, but that's different than the allegations that are coming down on him. I'm talking
about richer people. I'm talking about the difference. I'm talking about, okay, look at it like this. I look at real plain and simple. Ain't no whistleblower. Facts is there. But right now, I don't care if it's T.I., I don't care if it's Rick Ross, I don't care if it's Jay, I don't care if it's Snoop, I don't care if it's Game, I don't care if it's Dre. Nobody's stepping up on the fact that you know what's going on.
Nobody's defending him.
You're right. Guys at Interscope.
You're right.
Okay.
Nobody is defending him, but that's why I was interested in hearing your perspective.
It was a quick interview, y'all, so it ended there.
That was good, Paydae. I didn't know that this happened.
Yes.
That was a good one. I guess initially when Suge Knight talks, some people are like turned off. Like, who the hell wants to hear what this man says? He's a terrorist in his own right? He's done some very horrible, malicious things, but it's still good to hear the insight, right? So don't look at the messenger. You know what I mean? It's kind of take the information, but shout out to Cuomo because Chris Cuomo is he's just a good journalist.
He
He said, "Have you ever been to a P Diddy party?" And wait, he said, "No." He started laughing. He said, He said, "You took too long to answer." You took-
Suge is funny. He don't like listen. Suge don't care where he is, who he's talking to. One thing I like about Suge is he never changes. And I love that he has such a fearless heart. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. I do like that about Suge. Like I've never seen him shaking up about anything for real.
Right. That was good. And he said, "My honey, but the thing is, like, Shook, how come you get to sleep all day in jail? Like, where they got him at? Anyway." He said that. I was thinking, like, where the hell they got you at? That you get to sleep?
I'm
Well, he said, if I
surprised
want to sleep,
he's not
like,
writing a book.
is he bragging about like he gets to sleep all day in jail? Nobody's jealous. Like, Shook, absolutely nobody's jealous of that. But
At all. Like,
what is he talking about? Like,
you're jealous that we're sleeping in our beds at night, okay? But
yep.
yeah. So I'm surprised he's not writing his own book while he's.
I bet you he will be because he's going to need. How many years they should get?
Sure, he ain't in there for life.
Yeah, because he's gonna need some money. He's gonna need a few dollars. You know what I mean?
Can see him coming out exposing some industry secrets eventually.
Why not? I mean, at this point, and do it now so it could.
And didn't he sell everything to Snoop?
Oh, I don't know.
Or maybe it was something. Maybe it was one of Snoop's recent projects that Suge gave to him. I can't really remember. I'm gonna have to look it up for myself. But let me ask the chat this. Okay, so Gene Deal, he did a new interview with Tisa Tales. Now, in this interview, a lot came out. Okay, I don't know if y'all want to hear it, but I didn't know that P. Diddy had actually hit his mom before.
Oh, I didn't know that either. You know, she's a very weird and odd lady.
His mom and his dad, yes. The dad was too.
Okay, so Denise is saying he probably can't profit over that because the son of Sam Law. Okay.
Oh, okay.
We appreciate y'all dropping the info in the chat because, like, we don't know everything. We all learning together. This is a lot of stuff.
So D-Chef said Snoop owns Death Row. I knew he had sold him something.
Okay.
And I think I want to say one of the movies that Snoop Dogg just was in and dropped, he dropped it under Death Row.
Oh, he got 28 years. He'll be out in 60, honey.
And I bet he's still gonna be kicking it at 69. I can see
that. A 69-year-old Cali dude, you already know how they get down.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna come out still creeping, baby.
Yeah, he gonna be crip walking and 69-year-old player. It's all right. Yeah.
Yes. But so in that interview, it came out that he has definitely put hands on his mom before. And Gene actually talked about how and when Diddy ended up like getting hooked on pills and stuff, and how they would go about getting them, how much he paid a month for them, who he was getting them from. All of that is in that interview. So I don't know if y'all are interested in listening to that or not, but y'all let me know.
Oh, Lord. Y'all talk to us. This is, y'all. I hope y'all have been entertained. Diddy's mom was not exempt at all, but I don't think that she's directly involved in anything, which is a smart move. Like, I saw what he did with his mother, you know? I saw what he used her to do. He was able to keep his money. He knew to keep some of his assets under her. Like, I feel like he knew that there's a possibility that this day was come, even though to a certain extent he felt like he was untouchable.
Facts. Thanks to the person that just sent me that cash out. Thank you. I see you. Okay, so they saying yes. All right, let me get it pulled up for you guys, and let me take this one off.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is Cookie Butter King. It's a lot of detail and a lot of information. And I can't even imagine what's in the rest of these chapters of this book. Brenda, people involved, says she. Oh, really? Ooh. My mother's keeper. Okay. This is going to be interesting. I thought it was using different way. All the Yag talk. Okay. Paydae. I hope y'all enjoyed the first, what was it, the first 7 chapters of the book. We got to get through the rest, 8 through 18. It should be interesting. I'm not reading ahead, y'all. So sometimes I get a little stuck in the books. It's because I'm trying to read it, and it's a okay written book, but it's not a very well written book. So you know, but it was definitely interesting. Who changed their name? Yeah, he's on 2 different pages. D Shep, you mind your business and leave Sean alone, okay? Stop minding his business. Happy Tuesday, y'all. What y'all got going on today? Are y'all behaving? Please don't. We don't require it. I don't think Paydae requires it of the renegades, and I don't require it of the deep divers over here. Act up. Brenda, do you know the kids say the book isn't? Yes, I have been seeing that. We have. And so me and Payday talked about that behind the scenes. We did. We had a little chat about it. And the book came out in September, the 20 something of September. I'll get the exact date. Let me look in here, y'all.
Yes, we most definitely went over whether we should read it, buy it, all of that kind of good stuff. And what I came up with was this. Um, there are some people, I think for sure Abby sure is disgruntled about some of the things that came out. Is my audio okay?
Yep.
Okay. He's very disgruntled about some of the things that came out. It could be because of what was said about him and Diddy sleeping together, or it could be just because it's not true. We don't know. What we do know is some of her friends allegedly got a hold of the transcript in her book that she wrote before she passed away, but legally they could not publish it. So what they did was, after reading it, they took certain things out of it and just put it into a book called Kim's Lost Words. So that's all we know about it, guys. Now here is the Gene Deal interview with Tisa Tales. Okay. So it starts out, they go right into talking. So it's no real introduction or anything. This is the beginning.
Okay.
I'm listening.
Right.
Let me get my
And
microphone out. Start this interview off right. Go.
yeah. So I told her, I said, yo, leave me alone. I have the tape, miss. There's no reason I want to lie on you, but I just want to show you. And then people talking about, what are you doing taping her? She was a teenager. No, she was 20 years old in Cancun, right? And this is a picture of some of the celebrities who was on stage with them.
Gloria.
So
oh my God.
that's the picture. I got more pictures, but I don't want to show that because some of those guys got great careers. You understand what I'm saying?
Definitely. What's your take though? Why do you think Gloria is saying, like, trying to deny that she knows you? Is it because you got pictures, or because you knew her when she was like
But she
under Aaron Hall's influence? You know,
she don't know me, but she know of me because I was bodyguarding Scott Storch that night. He gave her a Cartier watch. We went to Kanye West's birthday party. You understand what I'm saying? A party that he had in North Hollywood. And we had to get the hell out of there because those guys is finna ramshack Scott Storch. And I'm not fighting no 20 dudes, for some jewelry.
Let me show you why I stopped paying for all my other sample libraries. This is Arcade by Output. This thing has sound.
yeah. So you think that she's just worried that you know too much about a part of her life maybe she'd like to forget? Or what do you think she gains from saying this? Because at the end of the day, nobody asked for what, you know what I'm saying? What do you think she gains?
But see, it's not being gainful of anything. You got to understand is that you, I, and anybody else didn't know there was going to be a YouTube 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know that a lot of the stuff that they were doing back then will catch up them now. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So now she's changed her life. She's at a better place, which God bless her. But don't call somebody a liar, especially when they got the receipts to prove it.
Yeah, definitely.
And she is very much aware that she was dating. She was one of the many women that were dating Scott Storch, and he was draping them, giving them things, and the whole 9 yards. And I was just so happy there at that time. But anyway, let's get it on. What's going on?
Nothing. So listen, Uncle Gene, we're going to come back to Gloria because I want to hear some more of it, because I'm like, why is Gloria? But again, like you said, maybe you know things about a part of her life that she would rather just,
I know more than she think I know.
Ah.
I know way more than what she think I know. And the people in the Bronx know what I'm talking about.
Well, tell us more. This is off the record, by the way. But tell me more.
So why is she recording?
Okay, I'll end the recording. I got a memory. Hold on. Hold on. Let's just in action. Hold on. Okay. Let's actually. Okay. Y'all ready for this? Okay. All right. So let's start off. Of course, I'm going to spice this up a little bit, but it is going to be more of a free flow. That's just more of the way I do things on my channel. So why don't you start off by telling everybody a little bit about yourself? Because I feel like everybody's seen you all over, but how exactly do you know Puff? How did you run into him, and how did you fall into working for him?
Well, I know Puff because he was a part of a crew that I was with called The Same Gang. The Same Gang was founded by ASAP Ferg father, D Ferg, a guy named Mike Owens. His nickname was Mike Cock. Tone Wop. If you ever heard the song Do the Tone Wop, Tone Wop, Rick Dog, Tab, and myself. We all got together. We started this crew because back in the mid 80s, late 80s, there were a lot of crews that was popping up in Harlem. The Same Gang, Slick and the Family, Best Out, the 40 Wolves, Cash Money Brothers, the All Stars, Mecca Audio with Unique over there. You had Butt Naked and the Final Four, just a lot of cruisers starting up. So I was the dude who basically, I did the security for The Same Gang, but I also, was the one who all the parties was in my name. All the events, I thought of the events. I just used what I learned in college and seen in college, and I just brought it to the streets in Harlem. At the time, I was an investigator for child abuse. Then I went on to do Department of Juvenile Justice before I became a parole officer. And once I became a parole officer in 91, I worked that job until 2018, which I retired after doing like 20.
I wanted to pause right there really quick because he said he was an investigator for child abuse. If I was the interviewer, I would have asked, did he pick up on any signs of that going on with Diddy? I mean, because allegedly when it happened with Usher, Justin Bieber, and all these other people, I definitely would have asked, like, okay, so if you were investigating child abuse before working with Diddy and then seeing these young people coming into the industry, did you pick up on any signs that that's what was happening?
I definitely, there was a difference, definitely a segue for her to ask him that. So, and I didn't know that about Gene. That's interesting.
It's very interesting, but I'm going to quick play, y'all.
Okay.
7 years. But I met Puff because he was doing a thing called Daddy's House. And he was working for Uptown Records, but he was giving parties at the Red Zone, which he was on Wednesdays after the Apollo Theater, and they called it Daddy's House. Then he was doing a place called The Building. And
Okay.
he was having problems. He was having issues. And D. Ferg told him, man, if you want your problem solved, get Gene. Gene will take care of your door for you. And that's how I met him. I started working on doing that. Up until the
Well,
city college situation.
okay, so really quick, Uncle Gene, I'll edit this out. Can you move over? I want you centered.
Okay, I do have a really quick question because they're gonna go into the city college thing, and I never heard about that. Do you know anything about that incident?
Absolutely.
So what happened exactly?
So I'm going to tell you this. I have different theories on the City College event. So it was a big thing. That was at the very start of his career because, you know, Diddy started out kind of like a party promoter, right, in New York City. And he oversold the City College, the theater. And people got crushed. People lost their lives. I don't know if you remember Father MC. His wife was pregnant at the time. She lost her baby. It was a horrific event that happened in the city of New York, right? And it got brushed. This happened in city colleges in Harlem. It got brushed under the rug. And parts of me was like, was that his initiation? You know, the
Because the same thing happened with Travis Scott's concert, and we see that kind of happen in the industry where they overcrowd these places and then something just goes awry.
Right.
But he is gonna give some very damning details. But I didn't know exactly what happened.
It was horrible. And literally his career picked up after that. I will tell you no lie. Like it was almost as if it was ignored and his career shot off after that. Like and it was from that I saw that P. Diddy was greedy from the beginning.
And what's crazy about that is because Travis Scott concert is closely related to people thinking that voodoo has something to do with it.
He's doing a ritual. That's what it.
And so this the feel is giving me, especially if his career skyrocketed after that.
Mm-hmm. Career took off after that. It's parts of me feels like was like some kind of initiation ceremony to get him in because it was based on greed. That concert having all those people in there, and facts, BTC. Yep, his career took off, and that thing was brushed under the rug. And the fact that you don't know it is because it was literally swept under the rug, and it's very rarely spoken about.
Yeah, because I had never heard it, and I was like, maybe I was too young and just didn't hear about it. But I've never heard anything about City College. Never. Yep. Okay, y'all, I'm gonna press play.
A little bit more over. Yeah, I want to make sure you're centered in the thing. Perfect. Okay, so when you said, so we're going to get to City College, but you said something about, because this is interesting. If you having problems, call Gene. What problems was he having?
Guys bum rushing the door, guys trying to rob him. He wouldn't be able to take the money. He couldn't leave those clubs and get to his car safely unless he had somebody there for him. And I was the person that was there for him. This way before Wolf or anybody got involved with him.
Okay, so you know him early, Puffy, Diddy. What was he going by back then? Was he going by Puffy, Puff? What was he going back? Because he always got a different name for every moment he's in.
After every tragedy, he changed his name.
Exactly. So this was before pre-tragedy. So he was just what? Sean Combs, Sean?
Yeah, he was Puff.
He was Puff. Okay, so then you said this was before the City College incident. So you were around with the City College incident.
Right.
Why don't you tell us what happened with that? Because there's a lot of speculation. People talk about satanic ritual, but you were there. What actually happened? And what's your takeaway?
Well, what happened is that it wasn't enough security, and they changed security at the last minute. I was supposed to do the outside door at City College. Me and about 18 other guys. They changed us with the Nation of Islam at the last minute. Puff called me about a few hours before the thing and said, "Yo, Gene, I can't use the 18 guys. Heavy D told me to go with the Nation of Islam." So then I said, "Yo, bro, they're not going to be able to hold them crowd." Because in my crowds, that people know that we always use 2 dogs, enough guys, and the guys that I always use about 8 to 10 guys that were straight from the street that people knew that they wasn't going to play with. You know what I mean? Then I'd use about four correction officers and probably 2 or 3 police officers. You know, so I had a sergeant on our team that, you know, he talked to the cops if there was a problem. So, but we had a pretty strong team. Puff cut us down and said, nah, we don't want that. Just bring me 8 guys, Gene, and y'all can work the gym. You know, just look out for the celebrities. So you got to realize you have people that was coming through there like LL Cool J. LL Cool J was the hottest thing in the rap industry at the time in 91. You had Mike Tyson, the heavyweight champion. And all these guys was coming through the front door. So what happened is that it was a stampede, whereas that they couldn't hold the front door. People bum rushed the front door and they ran down into a stairwell that Jessica Rosenberg, who was Puff partner, locked the door on them. And the only way you could get inside the door if you push it open. It didn't. You had to push it open from the inside. She went in and slammed the door. A friend of mine who worked for me that time, he had did like 17 years, but he's home now. His name was Eddie. He was with Jessica because I put him on Jessica to protect her with the money. As she went through the door, she slammed the door and he got stuck down there too. He called me on the walkie-talkie. He said, yo, Gene, I can't breathe, man. Jessica locked the door. I ran around the gym, pushed the door open, and people start falling at my feet. Then I pushed the other door open, people start falling. They start dragging people to the middle of the floor, and they were still trying to have a basketball game when all this shit was going on. You know?
What?
Right. So then I went over to the basketball thing and I spoke to Dougie Fresh himself. It was Dougie Fresh and Red Alert. I said, man, people over there dead. Cut this shit off, man, and tell everybody to go out the back door and this shit is over with. So we spoke to Heavy D. Heavy D said he never sanctioned the FOI to take our place and that whole 9 yards. So I stopped dealing with Puff from that time. I was still doing the parties for Uptown Records because a guy named Tim Dog, who actually was the one who started the Lost Boys, he was still giving parties for Uptown Records. So I'm still doing the security for a lot of the people because they was having problems with the outside. And if you got a good outside team, you're going to get your money into the club. And I was a master at getting people into the clubs. Plus, it paid a lot of money.
Well, listen, I know that's right? You do it because you love it, because you're not doing it because love's not free.
All right.
So let's go back because what you just said was really deep. And because you were an eyewitness. So Jessica, she was Diddy's, I guess, assistant or the organizer or whatnot.
Yeah. Jessica, if you really got to realize, Jessica used to run the front door at Nails.
Okay.
Nails was a popular party that everybody in hip hop wanted to be in. If you was a mogul, if you was into the record business, no matter what creed or color you was, you wanted to get on Nails on Thursday night. So she ran the door. That's how she got her start. So she knew all the people in the record business. You know what I'm saying? So she used to give all the hip hop parties. She was the only one really allowed to get hip hop parties around under 42nd Street. That's crazy.
Because back then, hip hop, if you said you was in hip hop rap, most clubs or places would be like, we don't want these issues. We don't want these problems.
But she was the one who ran the tunnel. She was the one who started the tunnel and all that stuff like that. She was she was the one who introduced Puff to Clyde Davis.
Okay. So she introduced Puffy to Clyde Davis. So why do you think Jessica didn't work for Diddy? She was kind of like in coordination. Why do you think she shut the door when all that mess was going on?
Because she didn't want the people to get in free. She didn't want the people to get in free, and she was scared.
Okay.
Because people start running down the steps and everything like that. because I think the security had left the front door.
If you've been waiting to apply for disability benefits, don't. Hi, I'm Sarah, and I'm a lawyer at Atticus. Apply.
Okay.
That's crazy. The fact that she was the one who closed the door and she was willing to just let everybody pass away is crazy.
Right.
That is crazy, man.
Isn't it sick? Like the things that go on in this industry. Yes, he went to TISA. He's been everywhere, y'all.
And Tisa Tales has been listening. She has been on it. Like lately, she has been in her content creator bag. I gotta give it to her. Shout out to her. She has definitely been producing a lot of content. She was one of the first ones to get her hands on the book, Kim's Lost Word, and she did like the first reading. She had like 10,000 people in the chat, so she's definitely been doing her thing.
Right, that's how we knew we had the wrong book.
That's exactly how we knew we had the wrong book. Because at first they were selling some other book, and it looked exactly the same, and it was not the book, y'all.
Right. Yeah, right, BT. That's what I was saying. Sacrifice or nah. Yeah. It was
and then he did say that there's several people over there deceased. So that's crazy.
Look, Willie said every time I see them, that's a little Willie 3. Every time I see them talk about Diddy, look nervous. Yeah.
I think some people are relieved because he's locked up right now.
That's why they coming for him. Yep.
Yeah. So now you're seeing a flood of it. But before that, they were really kind of worried about ever speaking on Diddy. But now we're seeing like everybody come out the woodwork.
Because people were getting knocked off, disappearing. People's cars was getting blown up. Right.
Okay. Nah, for real. Okay, I'm gonna press play, y'all.
Okay. So security left the front door. She locked the door. You got hit on the walkie-talkie like, yo, I can't breathe. You ran down into action to open the door. And while people fell out.
I had to run around the gym.
Wow. So you ran
I
around
had to
the
run
whole
around the gym to go cut across the gym to go open the door. And they had 9 people died that night.
I heard there was 9 people, and the basketball game was still going on.
They were still doing layups.
Do you
think one of the girls was pregnant. Tone Wop had got her out the crowd, and she ended up being that was Father MC, baby's mother. She was trying to run downstairs, and Tone Wop grabbed her and got her away. She said, "Mom, you pregnant? Go home." He turns his back. She runs back down there. She was one of the people that died.
Oh my goodness. So what was, because at this point you said that you were kind of separated from Diddy after that. You kind of weren't messing with him. What was everybody's reaction as far as Diddy, Jessica, the organizers and whatnot?
Well, they was brought up on charges, but because it was a college event and happened at the college, you got to realize that the security at the college is based on the college. So the college should have did very more planning, and they took the bulk of the responsibility. Puff got fired from Uptown Records, and he was about to kill himself. He was on some suicide watch. And D. Ferg was telling us, yo, man, he about to kill himself, man. He want to kill himself. He was doing crazy stuff. He had a situation with his mother, and that's going to come out later in somebody else's stuff. So I'm going to say that one. And then
Stop. What was going on with Puff and his mom? When this other stuff going on? We can edit this out because their stuff might come out first, and then we can. What was going on with Puff and his mom?
No, he was devastated. He was devastated, and he was about to kill himself. He could, he got fired. He had these charges come up there, and his mother was trying to, I guess, console him in a certain way. And this is according to a conversation I had with Kirk Burrows. You know what I'm saying? And he put his hands on his mother.
Really? This is while he was.
this is why he was going through the shit at City College.
Okay.
And I never said nothing about it. Kirk Burroughs told me about it, and I was like, y'all, nah, Kirk. When I heard Puff, you know, because he went off on his mother like real crazy one time, and I checked him. I said, yo, bro, if you ever talk to your mother again like that, I'm gonna beat the shit out you. I'm not playing with you. And then he told me, well, Gene, I tell her to stay out of my business. I said, motherfucker, you wouldn't have no business if it wasn't for her. Now, me and Kirk Burroughs, we talked before, and Kirk Burroughs said, yo, Gene, all this shit is coming out now. You know, I thought he was going to change. When I saw him smack his mother, and I was like, what? I said, Kirk, you never told me that before. He said, yo, Gene, when he was going through the City College shit, he slapped his own mother. And I thought he was just, because he was 19, 20 years old, he was going to grow out of that. That was just because he was going through what he was going through. And I said, no, man, if you would have ever told me that shit, bro. When I heard him crush his mother, I'd have whooped his ass. If I'd have known he did, that's how he was treating his mother. So
you make a few interesting points though, because it sounds like the Diddy that we hear about now is an entirely different person than when, I mean, there's some things the same. He got real handsy, he had a temper and whatnot. But do you think from the Diddy you know back then, from the Diddy that everyone's talking about now and Cassie talks about in her lawsuit, can you see a clear line? Or is that kind of like, yo, I knew he was bad, but
I knew he was a spoiled brat, and I knew he talked to his mother crazy. I knew he tried to talk to his mother crazy around me before, but when they start talking about the drugs, he never did drugs. Big used to always try to get him to smoke weed. He would never smoke weed. He would never, he'll drink his champagne around us, but all the pills and all the other stuff happened after he had that incident with Kim.
Okay, we heard you talk about that incident with Kim, I think on
Right.
The Art of Dialogue. And just to bring people up, they got into some type of altercation. He tried to lay hands on Kim, and Kim fought back and defended herself.
Yeah, that Cherokee Indian came out of her. She went Navajo on him.
She said.
You know what nobody talks about when it comes to building a content creator business? That if you're not using a tool like HoneyBook to stay organized.
Okay, so we found out that he not only hits the women that he sleeps with, but he also puts hands on his mom.
Put his hands on his mother.
And we're learning that Kim Porter fought back. Let's hear this.
I was over here chuckling just now when he said she went Navajo on him. Let's go, Kim.
That's funny. I'm about to press play.
You know what? Good for her. Good for her, because he ain't stopping.
Let me say this first. Kim was like, I have a threesome with you. I hit you in the ass with a dildo. But
I'll be damned.
On me.
I'll be damned. Right.
That's why I draw the line, okay?
What happened was that, and they could check the hospital records. They called me and said, yo, Puff is over. I was supposed to have that, I was supposed to have off. They was like, yo, Puff is over at St. Luke's Hospital. I said, what happened? He said, him and Kim got into it. Get over there. And so I'm hearing their whole conversation, and you went blank. Oh, there you go, back again.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm hearing their whole conversation, and he had the white T-shirt wrapped around his right wrist. He had the white T-shirt wrapped around the wrist. He was just bleeding. He was bleeding like crazy. And I think she may have came close or cut an artery or a vein or something like that.
Oh.
And after that, Puff got on them pills and he never got off of them from the time I was around.
So what made you think that he was actually like?
So wait, let me make sure I heard that correctly. Him and Kim got into an altercation.
Right.
Kim cut him, and that's what started the pill addiction?
Right, which doesn't make sense to me.
Okay. All
Gene, this story ain't given. But my thing is that maybe he was in love with Kim and he realized that Kim was done with him. I don't know. Like that would make more sense to me, right? Because it's not giving, Gene.
Well, it depends. It depends. It depends on because he's making it seem like it's a really deep cut. He said that she almost missed the main artery, right? And back then they were way looser with prescribing pain medicine.
Oh, okay. Now I see what you're saying. Yeah, Erica. Okay, Erica. Erica came in the chat and they gave him pain pills. Also, he got addicted to pain pills from the. Oh, I thought maybe he was hurt by what she did. Y'all, I'm in the emotional part of it. Okay, so he got hooked on pills that way.
Yeah, so that's crazy. That's crazy. So he went from not even wanting to touch weed, touch marijuana, to getting his arm cut from trying to hit on women. And Kim Porter said, hell nah, and cut his ass. And then he ended up having to go to the doctor, get pain meds, and from there, he did not want to let it go. Okay.
Right, Erica. Let's go, Kim, because fuck you thought. Right. Willie said she alive, and they rooting for Kim in the chat. Let's go.
Nah, for real.
You watching. Let's go.
This is where I draw the line.
Whoo, baby.
Like on the pills, though, did his behavior change? Did you see him partaking? Like, what made you think
he had to have him? This white kid, he was about 5'7". He could have weighed about 165, 70 pounds. Used to meet us everywhere we went. Like if I got him on a Saturday or I got him some other time, or he would have the drivers them go, and this little white kid was charging him for like $1,500 a bottle.
What? Oh man!
And that's how I knew that opioid shit way before it got where people started doing it. I knew it was big based on the job I did, because people who don't have heroin to shoot up or whatever like that. They use those opioids, you know what I'm saying, to get over it to the next day, because they're addictive. They change you. So that's how I knew that.
That's how you knew that something was coming. So when you say that they changed you, when he started using pills regularly, did you notice a change in his behavior? Did it get worse, more erratic? Was it about the same, his anger, or was it?
Puff know who to do his shit around. And I tell people that all the time. Because he could be acting a fool and Heavy D will come in the house. Or Heavy D will come in the office or wherever Heavy D see him, man. He be like, yo, come here, man, let me speak to you. And he like a puppy with his tail in his leg and go right where Heavy D had something of power over him. Like that was his father, or that was his, his mentor, whatever it was to him. But he would not act like that, or if he.
So I wonder, was Heavy D his handler?
I don't know. I just want to say this. Shout out to Mount Vernon's finest. Heavy D, we miss you, man. Okay, sorry. Just had to say that.
Nah, you good. But I wonder if that was because that was his handler.
Somebody needed to get him together. I wonder though, because I mean, for Heavy D to be able to have that kind of, he be the one to gather him. Something's
And then like when you have a handler, and when you in the industry, you're doing all the voodoo stuff like that, they often have like kind of like little spells on them where they could kind of like take them in and out of hypnosis type thing, if that makes sense.
Ooh, they dropping so much tea in the chat. I just love y'all. Salute to everybody coming in. Heavy D sure was, Josh. Josh, he sure was.
And then he passed. Oh my goodness.
Oh shit, that is a fact. I forgot about that, Josh.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable. Yes, Pete Rock and C. Like, y'all are taking me too back. Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Brenda back in the 90s right now.
I know they bring, because music was good. Okay,
it was like 90s still was the best music of all time. Like period, hands down. R&B and rap, okay?
Right.
Well, especially R&B. That's what I would say. Especially R&B.
Wait, they said Heavy Day did have nothing but child groups, though. Okay, BT, don't do. Can y'all let me hold on to the little bit of hope I have? because I'm scared.
It's like, I feel like everybody that was taken out was about to tell. That's facts, kids. He was trying to clip some loose ends, you know, and that's what I feel like happened with Kim Porter and the rest of these people. But things still caught up with him. It got too far gone. He wasn't able to put lid on this one. You know, like it kept spiraling. It got bigger than him this time.
Yeah, because the thing I was saying is with the deviance that these people have, right? Is that when you have access to money, right? Those deviants, like those sexual fetishes and stuff, you can grow them. Like they grew in mass proportions. They was able to do and get away with so much stuff, and there was nobody there to stop them.
Yes, not only that, but you know, music is what changes environment, right? When the music was just about sex, then all you saw was like a whole bunch of babies being born. When music was about drugs, all you saw was all the people in the industry and in the world ODing. When it's drill rap, all you see is a lot of people passing away. You know, so it's like,
seriously, the way that we're losing rappers now to Fenty and these pill addictions and things like that, like it's scary and it's bad.
It is. Salute to that person that just sent me that ketchup. I know y'all probably heard it. Thank you. Josh said the fact people were so scared to say something for decades let you know Diddy was backed by some powerful people. One man, especially a black man, don't hold that much power. And you know, in the book, allegedly, Kim found his vault where it was all these sexual encounters that he's had with different men. I'm pretty sure that he had all this evidence, and they have, you know, dirt on each other. That's kind of how this thing works, right? And that's where the power comes from, and being able to pay people off. But of course, he was going to be protected because people were protecting their own brand and in identity and who they are and their secrets as well, because they know if he go down, then my secret's going to come out. And so that's why it was a lid put on this for so long. That's why the first raid happened the way it did. They was raiding looking for those higher up evidence so they can get rid of it so he can go down by himself, and a lot of other people wouldn't have to go down as well.
Now, this is bringing back good memories. Look at what Miss Renee said. Everybody forgetting about the fact that Heavy D helped Puff get started as a backup dancer. I fucking forgot about that shit. Miss Renee, thank you for pulling that out the racks, pulling that out the crates for us. Because, right, I did forget about that. Yup.
All right, y'all ready for me to press play?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Heavy D, tell him you're my man. Whatever you do, you straighten that out with those first people, he'll do it. He had that power over Puff.
Okay, so he had the power over Puff. When Heavy D passed away, how did he react about that? Did he look at it as like a mentor?
I wasn't around him when Heavy passed away, but I know he took it hard. Even though Heavy had that power like that over him, he had to take it hard because Heavy is the one who really gave him his start in this whole shit.
You could spend your time looking for the perfect side hustle, or you could go to Printful.com. Printful empowers you to sell custom products.
Yeah. You know, when you say, because I want to go back to Puffy, you say also that he was like a spoiled brat. How, in what ways do you think he was spoiled? Was it temper? Did he always think he could have his way? I'm just trying to get everybody, because when I hear about the stuff he's doing now, it makes me wonder, like, what was he like before he got the money? Did the money just amplify, or did he get caught up in some people that just got him into some weird mess?
Well, I look at it like this. Puff was nobody. Like, he was just a dude giving parties. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't have no clout in Harlem. He cannot tell you a block he grew up on and a crew he rolled with until he got into the late age and started rolling with the same gang. He can say, yo, man, we used to, you know, Harlem had a thing, right? Monday, everybody will be at this club over there on 120th Street and Fifth Avenue.
Okay.
Tuesday, we at the rink. Wednesday, we at the Apollo. Thursday, we at the Cotton Club.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Fridays, people wait until it get late, and we hanging out at Willie's outside.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
So all of them had that type of theme like that. And then on Sundays, people was at the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if some of the crews that was getting the parties, Peter Shoe, Black and Gold, Reggie Wells, those usually happen on Saturday. You know, Puff didn't start doing none of that stuff until he started hanging with the same gang because he wanted to be noticed. And D. Ferg was the dude that ASAP Ferg father was the dude that brought him in, and that was his man. Because, like I said, he designed that whole logo for Uptown Records and that whole logo for Bad Boy.
Ah,
So-
okay. That makes sense.
So
that makes
he
sense.
was nobody. He was nothing. He didn't even know how to talk to girls.
Really? What you mean?
Yeah, he even said that. He said it himself. He said, "My man, I don't know how to rap to girls. Wolf, he had to use guys to get girls. He was Cyrano de Bergerac.
So wait, well, you said he had to use guys to get girls, and he was awkward around girls. Were you there when Misa started coming into the picture?
Yeah.
So
I was
how
there.
did he? So describe how he would be awkward around girls. Say
But
they
you got to
coming
realize
out.
Misha was young. You know, like Misha's 17, 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like you understand when a man like you, he'll come up to you and like, "Hey, what's up, man? What's going on? What's your name?" "Oh, Tish. That's a nice name. Tish, where you get that name from?" You know what I'm saying? Who named you that? You know, make up any kind of conversation. "Oh, those your eyes? You got some pretty eyes, Tish." You know what I'm saying? "Uncle Gene." No, but you'll say something, you understand, you know, to get this girl interested in you or whatever like that.
Yeah.
So when he had a dude like Wolf, who was a player, you understand, Wolf gonna snatch a girl for him and him. It's himself and him.
Gotcha.
That's why he kept those type of dudes around him that could communicate and get certain women. Every girl that you heard talk about him in their relationship, from Jennifer Lopez, Cassie, and all of them, I ain't like him.
This is true. This is true.
He let
Every
watch
girl says the
talk
same
for
thing.
him. He let his ring talk for him. He let his bank account talk for him. Bow. You understand what I'm saying? So
I understand what you're saying. So when he met Wolf, and I know that there is, and here's the thing, you were around during the Misa years. I know everybody has this thing that Wolf might be Justin's daddy, this and that, but I did some research, and Misa literally dragged Diddy to child support court 11 million times to make sure she got everything that she deserved. How could there be any question about Wolf and Justin as far as parent, dad, son, when they was always in child support? Because Puffy tried to give her zero.
I don't believe, I don't believe that Justin is Wolf's child.
Okay.
You understand? But you got to realize guys were doing sneaky and dirty shit back then. You know what I'm saying? When girls get high, they get drunk and stuff like that. They let their man go in the room or whatever like that. Now, do Justin look more like Wolf than he does Puff? Yeah, but Justin looked like his mama too.
True. That's a
You know
good
what
one.
I'm saying?
Justin do look like his mama.
Right. So I would never say Misa's not that type of woman to do that shit.
Yeah.
You understand? But if it's some bullshit behind it, I knew them guys used to do that dumb shit. When I was in college, dudes would do that shit. Girls would be with them, want to be with them. They'll come out the room and then let one of the other guys go in there and shit like that. That was stupid, dumb shit that the guys did back in college. You know what I mean?
So this culture that Diddy seems to have kept going on, it was, granted, like you said, it was dumb-ish, but it was one of those things like, girls just had to be careful. You know, like as
Yeah.
years, yeah. So that's interesting that maybe the ways that we're just like, Puffy, where did you learn this? He was on some stuff about when he was coming up, the dirt bags around that time were on that dumb mess.
Right.
Okay. So there was things. So tell me about the Misa years. How was Diddy with Misa? Did you ever either feel just your impressions, right? Did you ever feel that there was anything going on that was maybe physical, anything going on that was maybe untoward or whatnot, a worry about Misa with Puff?
I just heard of one incident with Misha and Puff, and they said, they was told that it was told to me, he beat her up under the car when he thought Eric Sermon was dealing with her. You know what I'm saying? Because Eric Sermon had dropped her off one time.
Okay.
I don't know what the situation was and like that, but I heard about that. But when I was around Justin and Misa was always caring for Justin. Even when the fact that when she get ready to smoke a joint, she'll pass Justin to somebody who wasn't around them or whatever like that. So Misa's the type of girl that, especially out in the public, Puff is not going to disrespect her because it was too many. Because there's too many dudes out there that Misa was the shit back then.
Yes.
I always wondered why, Misa was exempt from certain things when it came to Diddy. So that explains a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That explains a lot. But then you can tell that she has that, that hood, that real hood aspect to her.
Yes.
Like, I wish a nigga would type.
Oh yeah, definitely. And you could tell she used to get really pissed off because a lot of this stuff she didn't want her son around, but she didn't really have,
much of a choice, yeah.
Right.
Yes. Woo. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that for Misa. You know what I'm saying? So guys was on it like that with her. So Puff know who to do that shit around and when to do that shit. And he usually probably kept it in the confine of their own home or, where somebody else, or if somebody does see it, he's not gonna be in a situation whereas that individual is gonna come out on him on it. You know what I mean? He had a couple of cops like myself. He had an officer. He had like 2 or 3 other officers, that I'm sure that he wasn't doing dumb shit around them. But then he had some street dudes that he seemed like he always get in trouble with them around.
Really? So around that time of him always getting in trouble. So, okay, I can see Misa was Puffy always went for whoever was the popular girl, whoever the dudes were really into. Misa was super popular back then. How did Diddy's mom feel about Misa?
I can't really speak on that because I really don't know, but I know that she loves Justin, the baby. You know what I'm saying? I've been in a couple of, I was at his first birthday party as Christian. I was at all the shit that I even got pictures with my daughter, right there with Justin, when he was little, when he gave his first birthday parties and stuff like that. I can't really speak on his mother with that, with Misa, but I know that she knew Puff was giving Misa a hard time with that child support, and I never really understood that because he was when Kim had Christian, she was getting Kim everything.
So this is our Flippy 3. Flippy 3 is actually twice as fast. We've essentially...
Yeah, he was giving Kim everything while Misa. Do you think from what you remember, did he have access to Kim that he didn't have to Misa? Because like you said,
he had access to Kim, no matter if he was with her or not, all the time. He never lost access to Kim. He never gave Kim up, or Kim never stopped dealing with him. And she had an open door policy with him at all times.
Really?
Yeah. Even when he was with J-Lo.
Really? Did J-Lo know that?
I don't think she knew that because she tried to get it out me one night and I wouldn't tell her.
How she tried to get it out to you?
You know, she said, Gene, whoever takes care of me, I take care of them. And I said, Ms. Lopez, I am not at liberty to say anything about Mr. Combs and his business. And that was
You're
it.
a lawyer one. You are
Huh?
a lawyer one. So you are a lawyer one. She tried it though. She was like, because you know these J Lo.
She had just bought Wolf. She had just bought Wolf a Rolex, I think.
Oh, really? Did he know that she bought Wolf a Rolex?
Yeah, she knows. It was a fancy watch. It was a real expensive watch. He was upset. Yeah, he was mad
Why
about
did she
that.
buy it for him? Did she just buy it out the blue?
I don't know why and how, but I know she gave Wolf a watch for Christmas.
Let me find out. Wolf was snaking Diddy. Let me find
Nah,
out.
I don't think he was snaking him, but did he try to snake him a couple of times?
Really? Wow. I guess Wolf was the gold standard, so he had to try to dethrone the king. You know, he had to try to see. So let me get this straight. So really quick, because I just wanted to ask, with Diddy's mom, even though you heard that like sometimes he laid hands on her, how was the mom's relationship with Diddy? Was she afraid of him, or was she just like an overindulgent mom? Like, what was your impression of that?
If I was to say anything about his mother, she was basically overindulgent in all his affairs. But you got to realize he was putting all his affairs in her name.
What do you mean by that? I don't understand.
Like the publishing, the companies, and all the stuff like that. In case he gets sued, most of the stuff was in Janice Combs' name.
Oh, do you think that was a way that he was trying to avoid paying child support too? Because he was going down to the mat with Misa about child support.
Right.
That's interesting to know. Okay, so with the Misa years, it sounds like, especially in these early years, you knew Diddy might have gotten handsy every now and then, and not excusing that, but you know, back then it was a different world when it came to laying hands on people.
But I understand that. But you know, like I'm the type of dude. I got daughters.
Mm-hmm.
I got nieces.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I love women. You're not gonna put your hands on nobody in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yeah.
You know, and my brothers never tell you, we didn't came out of clubs, and I've seen dudes, you know, got their girl up in their stuff and going at them. I'm snatching the dude up, and I don't even know the dude. I don't even know the girl. My man, take that shit home. Don't do that shit in front of me. If some guys that still have that chivalry in them, you understand, which it'll get you killed if you ain't prepared for it.
Mm-hmm.
We know that.
Yeah.
That might be their way of making, you know, just, you know, smack me around, call me Susan, kiss. And then, baby, let's go home and make love. It's some women like that.
Some women, but come on. Don't nobody like being yoked up and hit. Like, don't like literally. It was just like, it was supposed to be a love tap, not like a boom. You got me down on the ground, you know? So let's go through your impressions of the women of Diddy. So there was Misa. You know, on how deep do you think their relationship was? How did it roll into Kim? And then how, as you remember, did it roll into J-Lo and Cassie? Let's run it down.
Well, I can't speak on Cassie.
Okay.
But Misa and Kim was friends.
Okay.
Right?
Good friends.
And I guess
club friends. Were they good friends or just like
club
friends?
They were good friends.
Really?
They were friends.
Oh, wait.
You didn't know that? They were really good friends.
No.
Really good friends. They always hang out. If you go and look at pictures of Kim and Misa, they were always together. Even if they were or weren't dealing with P. Diddy, they always would hang.
Trifling. That's
yeah, they
trifling.
were really good friends. Like, damn near best friends.
Kim, why are you...
Girl, they had a whole Isha and Cali thing going on. I don't know.
I can't stand you. Ooh, baby.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they were close. I don't know. Maybe they bonded through knowing like who he is, how he is, kind of like, girl, listen, let's get our own little escape from this
Hey.
madness because this is crazy.
Let me just throw something out to a lady. Stop telling other women about your man.
Please
do
do.
it.
That's only gonna make them want him.
Don't do it.
And vice
Okay.
versa. Even men, when you
Yeah.
brag about your woman to niggas, they
You
definitely
tell him, oh, he don't like when I do so and so. He wish I was more. You just building that lady up to become that woman for that man. You can't. Nope. Don't tell her nothing.
okay. But I think Misa and Kim were more like I get it and I know you get it too type of friends. Like,
oh, okay.
We gonna deal with what we have to deal with, and we gonna do what we gotta do for the kids, but we gonna try to do our, whatever we do on the side type shit. Like, I don't know. For some reason, I think
I don't want that type of friendship though. I don't know. Yeah, like that shit, right? Trauma bonding, right? He said maybe he made them friends. Hey, here's the thing. So, Paydae, do you think that if he could have had them as sister wives, he would have? Probably, right?
I don't think that they saw each other sexually more than just that. How can I explain it? You know how both of them had been dealing with Diddy since they were young, since he was young. You know what I mean? They both had kids for him. They both knew that he was gonna do his thing. They both knew he was an asshole. You know what I'm saying? But they both still had the balls to kind of stand up to him in a sense, you know? And I think it was one of those things where well, we gonna stick together even though all this other craziness may go on, but I need a friend in this. And I know I can't tell just anybody. And I know, but you're going to understand. Like when I have a discussion with you and when you discuss stuff with me, I understand because I understand what we're dealing with.
But did they maintain a friendship after she got with Puffy? Because I don't know that I've seen them.
Like, as long as I've been knowing about Kim Porter and Misa, I've always known them to be friends.
Oh, okay. Like, so that's how I didn't know. Okay.
All the chicks, they always were close friends. Like even when, Kim was still living, they would like post things of each other or like on Mother's Day and stuff like that. Like they, as far as I know and what I could see, they remained close friends throughout it all.
Okay. All right. Well, then that's good. Because baby, this is a mess.
But I do agree that, that's crazy. But I do understand that they were both in a unique situation.
So he said, now, is he gay or pedo or was he an abusive womanizer?
All
he
three.
can be all of those.
All three, hands down.
He can be all. All of those can be right at the same time. Yep.
He's been proven to be all three.
Yeah.
Okay. But okay, I'm gonna press play now.
Okay.
Oh wow. Okay. All right.
Right. Just like Sarah and Kim was friends. Pots and pans, every time you see them, they changing hands.
Now, who is Sarah? I don't know Sarah. Who's Sarah? You know?
I don't know. And who's Wolf? I asked that before.
I don't know either. I was gonna ask you. I don't know who Wolf is.
Who the fuck? Yeah, anybody other in the chat? Because I feel like that's a name for somebody. Like who the fuck is Wolf?
Yeah, I feel like it's somebody that we know though. They may not be like very popular, but we would know them. I'm gonna Google it. Okay, I'm gonna press play, and I'm gonna try to figure out who Sarah is.
Two was close with each other. Sarah and Kim was real close.
Really?
You didn't see one without seeing the other.
Okay. That must have been a shock.
Is that the best friend that died?
That her good
Sarah. Valerie, let me know because I think that's who that is.
Sarah ever with Diddy? Because I mean, he mentioned her as if it was the list of women that Diddy's been with.
Oh, okay, all right. I'll wait.
Well, no, I'm asking. I don't know. I mean, because she could have been both. Hell.
Please not making it a band, Sarah. What?
it could have been a throuple, Oh, making it a band, Sarah. She had a baby with Diddy.
She was beautiful too.
Okay, I'm not familiar with her. And do y'all know who Wolf is? But I'm gonna press play.
Friend was having a child by. Why do you think Puffy liked to go in between friends? Do you think it was access or you think it was something different?
Well, that answers the question. So basically, Sarah and Kim were friends, and Diddy ended up sleeping with Sarah and having a baby with her.
He just wants all the friends. This is weird.
He just wants everybody. He
So
wants
where's
every
this?
nigga you with, every woman you with.
So is that the one that was after the twins? Because you remember he has a daughter after the twin. I'm confused.
He does have that daughter who we never see her mom.
She was Tupac Shakur's
girl.
Oh, she has another name. What's her name? Because she's coming up next. Kadada? Is that Sarah? I'm confused. Okay, let's just keep going.
We might have to research that one later, guys.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Eve Online on Mac immerses you in a universe with thousands.
It probably had to do with access, but it also had to do with, like I said before, he don't know how to talk to women. I don't understand. As deep as Jennifer Lopez was and how all the sense she been, I don't still understand how she got him, but then I do understand, but I don't understand. You know what I mean? Because she used to say flat shit. Huh?
Wait, so what?
She used to say flat, like when you got a woman say, yo, you know what the perfect day would be with me and you? And you say, what, babe? What would be the perfect day? Just me and you sitting here, eating some calamari, drinking some wine, and just talking and talking and talking. When she said that shit to him, I said, doing. Because, Tish, that's some fly shit for a woman just to say to a man. That'll be the perfect day for us.
Yeah.
It wasn't going shopping. It wasn't being around people. Just me and you talking and having a conversation with each other. You know?
Yeah.
And he don't know how to respond to that. So I think that she was a little bit just more mature than he was as far as when it came to relationship-wise. Okay. So when it comes to people like Kim was whatever. You know what I'm saying? You get that black card, let me go get shopping, let me go here, let me go there. We good. I don't care what you do. Because you got to realize people gonna get mad, people gonna be upset.
Hold on, Paydae.
She was passed on. From Russell Simmons to Andre.
So, okay. Why do we never see Sarah's daughter? Where is the, because there's a daughter that's after the twins who's younger than, there's two daughters younger than the twins, right? There's two of them. So is this a daughter who is never shown? Because
I'm thinking that this is the daughter that has always lived with Diddy. Because as far as like, she's always in the
So she's older than the twins? I thought she was younger. So maybe that's where I'm getting confused.
I'm not sure.
I thought that she was younger than the twins. Okay, so all right, so that's where I'm getting confused. And they say Wolf is the bodyguard.
Like,
okay.
Let me see.
Yeah. Damn. She's okay. She's Valerie. Okay, so then she is older. So that's my mistake because I thought she was younger. I know there's a baby
with them is older than the twins, right?
Huh?
Yeah, I think the one that because she kind of looks she doesn't look Asian, but she looks like she would be mixed with something. Very pretty girl. I'm talking about the daughter.
Yeah. Okay, so I thought she was. I don't know why I thought she was younger, but she's older. Okay, thanks for clarifying that because there is the three of them are always together, so she's older. Yeah. Thank you, Valerie. And Wolf is the bodyguard. He passed away. Father God, help, Paydae.
Shout out to the y'all.
Everybody's dead. What the hell?
Like, what is going on? What is going on? Everybody. It's not by chance.
It's not. This is scary. These people knew too much.
But okay, yeah. So that's the one I'm thinking. And I always wonder why I never saw her mom. So her mom is deceased as well.
Whose mom is deceased?
Is the Sarah person still living? Because I look like somebody
Okay,
said.
I might have been thinking of something else. I think that she's still alive. Now, I didn't hear about her dying. If she did, though, that would be really scary. Now, I was talking about there's a best friend of Kim's that died. That was questionable.
But it wasn't Sarah.
No.
Okay.
Rail to I'll Be Sure to Diddy.
Wait.
Rail got to realize, you know what I'm saying? You get that black card, let me go get shopping, let me go here, let me go there. We good. I don't care what you do. Because you got to realize people going to get mad, people going to be upset. She was passed on. From Russell Simmons to Andre Harrell to I'll Be Sure to Diddy.
Wait, roll it back. Kim Porter. Let's no. Let's go through the paces, right? You are the historian. Kim Porter dated Russell Simmons, Kimora Lee's, I guess, future man at that time. So first she dated Russell Simmons, right? This was, I'm assuming, before Kimora Lee dated him.
But you let me just say, messed with.
Okay, so she messed with Russell Simmons. So she was in those circles. So she messed with Russell Simmons. Then
Russell sent her over to Andre Harrell to be his assistant. Then it was Andre Harrell. I'll Be Sure fell for her. Then I'll Be Sure. Then Diddy.
So Diddy started talking to her while she was with I'll Be Sure.
Right.
Okay. Was Diddy very much in love with her?
What he calls love.
Your impression.
What he calls love.
But then why couldn't they make it work out then?
I'm not a marriage counselor, but it's what he calls love. It's you got to realize is that in the back of your mind, no matter how sexy Kim may have been, how pretty she may have been, you know her history.
Starting today, anyone can monetize with ads.
What damn history?
As part of the all-new Beehive ad network.
See, I gotta say, Gene is helpful for information, but also sometimes I take Gene with a grain of salt.
So he meant by her history of before she got with Diddy. I mean, he just ran through Russell Simmons, Andre Harrell, to I'll Be Sure to Diddy. So I'm thinking that's what he means by history.
Oh, I mean, shit, his ain't squeaky clean. Anyway.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, right. Puff had to sleep with everyone too, right? Perfect Peace. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, James.
And he's into that sort of thing, so
Oh my goodness.
You know what she been through, dudes that dealt with her, what she was doing, how she did it.
Okay, but I could
You only want to work her so much.
Okay, I could challenge that and say, could that really be the answer? Because when you talk about history, you might not have had a front row seat to the Cassie years, but he was with Cassie for 10 years. And he was the one that allegedly wanted her dealing with other dudes and was sending her tapes to other people. So with the Kim Porter stuff, how much of her history could have played a role in the fact that he would never basically officially claim her? Because he claimed Cassie and he claimed J-Lo.
Kim was doing the same thing, though.
What do you
Kim
mean?
was dealing with other dudes while he was with her.
Not dealing with other dudes. I'm talking about with the Cassies, with the freak offs, where he was having Cassie do threesome with
Kim
guys.
was having freak offs with him too. They call it swinging.
Oh, really?
So if they swinging together, he bringing other dudes into the relationship, other producers, other people around it, and it's him, Kim, them, and they girls. That's the same thing.
So if she's swinging with him, then what does it matter who she was with before? I'm just trying to get into his mindset. Like, what does it matter who she was with before if everybody's for everybody?
But still in all, are you gonna wife that?
Her?
Are you gonna wife it?
I don't think that this is Diddy's perspective. I think that this is Gene Deal's perspective. That's probably how he looks at it. That's probably how he views. Because I don't think that was Diddy's mind frame. I think Diddy didn't get married because he didn't want to be tied down, and he's greedy.
Right. I'm sorry. I had Salute King. I just went to put my pasta water on. Excuse me. Gene, you he got some damn nerve. Okay. I was just listening to this like but you had multiple kids about her. So you thought that she would like so what he's saying about all accounts doesn't make any damn sense, right? Because he had 3 kids by this woman, right? So he thought she was good enough to be the mother of his children. So like that's why I say like when Gene says stuff, sometimes I take some of the things he says with a grain of salt. Like Gene,
And I think he's mixing up how he views it and how
Right.
Diddy will view it. This is just how he views it. Like if he had to view having a wife and knowing that the wife slept with other men, but he's not looking at it from Diddy's point of view. I don't think that this is Diddy's perspective. I think he's misconstruing his perspective with the way, you know what I'm saying? Like this is how he looks at it, not Diddy.
Yeah, and they was all with everybody. It's like that's the same thing like I question like on YouTube, right? Why are the circles so fucking small? But I guess because they need to keep the secrets contained, because now it makes sense, right? Because otherwise it doesn't make sense. Like, why are y'all all sleeping with the same people? Why is all the circles so damn small?
And you know, a lot of people they just be sleeping with people because so for one, you know, the industry is the industry. It, in my opinion, it's just like any other job, right? So you're damn near with your coworkers more than you're at home. Okay. So you're affiliated with these people more than you know. That's why people have work husbands, work wives, whatever. It's somebody else that they can relate to, right? It's somebody else that's on their level, and it's somebody else that maybe I could advance from, or it could be, you know what I mean? So I just feel like it's like that. Why get with a normal person when I can get with another famous person who's gonna understand me being famous type shit, or
right?
And then it's just loosey goosey. All of them be sleep with each other any dang way.
That's ew. And I feel like when you do crazy weird stuff like that, right? How do they? Maybe it's the drugs, because then they go back around each other and be staring each other's face like, what? Maybe I'm just sitting here like, in no way,
They
in no
all hold each
world.
other's secrets, girl. They all be knowing. It's just like a high school, man.
Right. It is his perspective the way he saw it. That's why I say you gotta take it with a grain of salt, because Gene, as much as Gene did, like he has a lot of information, but he isn't the holy grail, right?
Nah.
Yeah, he's
He's
not
just
the
the
holy
most vocal. He's one of the most vocal. He
Right.
comes with more of the shocking stories.
Right, because there were a lot more people who were more behind the scenes, right? Because Gene was in India when they were having their sex parties. Or were you, Gene? But anyway,
He wasn't around for a lot though, because
right.
he wasn't around for a lot. It seems like.
Oh, okay. So, that's why I thought. See, that's why I got confused. Valerie, thank you, Valerie. Valerie said Sarah
Yeah.
had
And
her
yeah,
baby.
it looks like I
Kendrick's
remember
place.
them being pregnant at the same time.
Drugs are definitely the glue. Damn, horrible glue. Okay.
Okay. Yes, his parties were labeled sex orgies in her book.
Yeah.
I mean, because that's all they were. And then first of all, if every dang on thing was spiked, okay, you might have went in sober. You may have turned down all the drugs in the world, but that lotion you put on, that baby oil you rub, on your
That
body,
oil, Paydae.
girl,
The oil.
on you, girl, and the next thing you know, you knocked out and they done ran a train on you, and it's videotaped. And when you want to get out your deal, they like, girl, you don't remember you slept with 6 women
Can't
at
move
my
the pieces
party?
on
Here
the
go the
board.
video.
Right. Perfect Peace. If you read Boil It Back, I read chapters 1 through 7 twice. So, but the last one is like a few minutes ago. And baby, yes, we got a little bit into the orgies. little bit, a little bit.
Yeah, we
And not
dipped
in the
out.
pool, in the hot tub.
I'm
And
telling
then
you.
somebody came in the chat Paydae and also said that he had his son spiking the liquor. Like, come
Oh
on.
my God. It's no telling what those kids have truly seen for real.
How their bodies recovered, and you so know certain drugs that people use, your brain doesn't recover. You know, it has lasting
You think
effect.
about how
So
much that would screw you up. You go into a party, you wake up with no recollection. You want out of everything dealing with it because it's like, what is going on? And then they show you this tape of you
right.
sleeping with 6 people that you don't remember. And they tell you if you go forth and you say anything or if you try to get out your deal, I'm going to expose this sex tape or this train. Girl, listen. I mean,
Look.
after that, they run to the drugs. They like, I might as well just stay drugged up.
Look at Valerie said, does anyone know if Sarah was a part of the freak offs? Valerie, good motherfucking
I don't
question,
know
Valerie.
much about Sarah at all, honestly. She's interesting because I'm gonna have to look into her because I don't hear much about her.
Yeah. It's only 19. It's actually, I think 18. So yeah, I think that's it. Hold on. Yeah, it's 19. You're right, the finale. It's only 19. Correct. Perfect piece. Ooh, Valerie. That is a good y'all. We already disturbed enough. Good question. Was she? Yeah, because Sarah, where you come from, man? How come we don't know nothing about you?
Right. We see the little girl. I see the little girl all the time. It's like, and even when he takes the family photos, I don't ever see Sarah.
But the littlest one, the new one, the Asian girl who was going back and forth with Carisha. Girl, who's you going back and forth with that little girl for? Anyway, we know her. Like, wonder what she's all involved with.
And Young Miami just keeps getting wrapped up in this stuff.
She foolish. She done got her family, cousins, and them all involved in this sex work and this stuff.
It's a recent lawsuit she wrapped up in right now.
I
Something
heard.
like making someone miscarry. That
You
was
know, Carisha.
Okay. Carisha, please, girl.
Right.
Okay, are you ready for me to hit play?
Uh-huh.
All right.
Well, I mean, he tried to wife Cassie or wanted to wife her.
Did he really? I ain't seen no ring on that finger.
Well, I do
Did he
remember
get
him putting a
engaged
ring.
to her?
I do remember him putting a ring on her finger, but then telling everybody the next day it was just for friends. Like, he gave her this ring that looked like an engagement ring, and Cassie was sporting it in a picture of him. And this is when him and Kim were going back and forth. I did my internet
But that's
research.
all.
Him and Kim
You know that's all show, Mama. You know that's all show. You know that's nothing real. You understand?
Gotcha.
That's nothing real.
Okay. All right. So that's nothing real. Let me ask you something. When you said that they were swinging, did you notice? And this comes into, again, the Cassie years were. Did you ever work for him while he worked with Cassie, or Cassie was after?
I never worked with him when he was with Cassie.
Okay, so then let's ask about the pre-Cassie years. You said the swinging. Did you ever have any indication that the freak offs were going on with men? Because when I hear most men say we swinging, it usually means you got to pull somebody in the room for me, right? If you come in and there's another Gene Dill standing there, you're gonna be like, "What is this mess?" You know?
Listen.
Yeah.
I knew a couple of times that some freaky stuff was going on based on one, and this got me a lot of, I got a lot of feedback from them on this bullshit. But it happened. If it happened, if it went down, it went down.
Okay.
We went to we was in Atlanta. We went to one of those exotic stores that he go to, right? And while going to the exotic store, I'm following behind him. And so he's picking up things. So he reached up here to his left, and he put some things down. And then it was like he did quite a few things that he pushed down. And I was like, wow. So when we got to that part, I looked up there and see what he was pulling down, and it said butt plugs. Right? So
Did you
I'm
know what
sorry.
it was, or did you have to go home and Google?
Huh?
Did you know what they were
You
using?
see it? No, I grabbed the shit. I grabbed shit. And I said, hey, yo, what are you getting this for? People got to realize, and people don't understand this. I wasn't here just normal security and protection. You understand? I'm one of the leaders of the same gang.
Yes.
So he's not going to treat me no kind of way, but give me the respect like he's supposed to, as me being like an elder in the crew. You understand? Two, he wasn't the Diddy that y'all know with all the money and all this. And I had my other jobs. I had my other hustles.
Gotcha.
You understand? He called me, and Kirk Burrow could attest to this. Puff used to call me, yo, Gene, I need you, something like that. He started having his people call me because he started thinking he got big. I would hang up on him. And then he called me back, yo, Gene, could you please they know where I'm going to be at, or they know my schedule. They trying to match it with the days that you got off, or the days that, you know, that you can show up for me, bro. You know, so can you please just deal with them? I said, but I told you what I told you, bro. If something go down, you don't know nothing about me. But to get back to what you were saying with that, is that he didn't treat me like he treated a lot of people I used to see how he talked to that did security or that was around. And plus, I wasn't going to allow that to happen.
That's interesting how you said that Puffy definitely knew who to say things to and who to treat the way he treated. So at the end of the day, it's like when he had to act like he had some sense, he knew how to act like he had some sense.
Right.
So when it comes to Cassie and Kim, right? You do make a good point that at the end of the day, why Cassie might have been the girl that he took out in public, and for whatever reason, he realized that he could keep Kim on the back burner and she'd be happy to be there. He pretty much treated every woman he's been with. Do you think Misa was swinging with Puffy?
Nah.
No. Okay.
No, I don't think Misha was that. I never thought Misha was that. Because I used to bodyguard Misha too. And she never gave me that impression that she was none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. So with the Kim stuff, that's when Diddy started to get money, because I remember he got hit with like $35,000 in child support for Kim's firstborn. So he was starting to get money. When he started to get money, did you start to see, because you said that he came up with the same gang, we're going to talk about that. But when he started to get money, did you start to see his circle change?
Oh yeah, no doubt. And then he started saying shit like he told Mace. He said, you ain't gonna never be famous because you speak to people first. He said, don't stop speaking to people unless people speak to you. And I used to see that. I was like, man, Mace, don't listen to that stupid shit he talking about. But Puck would never speak to nobody first. He'll make it unless you was famous. Now, if you was famous and you was on that radar, yeah, hey, what's happening like that? But just a regular old Joe, somebody like that, he ain't gonna say hi to you or none of that. He wants you to speak to him and acknowledge him. I don't know. I guess that's the industry shit. I never got with it. You know what I mean?
I guess so. So speaking of the industry stuff, you said that I think Jessica or Janet, the girl that was managing all the hip hop events, right? You said that she introduced him to Clive Davis, right? Okay, so when she introduced him to Clive Davis, is that when things started really taking off and he started he met Kim, he got in this? I'm just trying to think of timeline, not to be in this man's business, but when did all this swinging and all this other mess start happening?
Not to be in his business, Tiff?
Listen, I had to say it. Allegedly.
We all in the business.
Allegedly.
When he started getting that money from Clyde Davis, because he was getting street money. And he had gotten street money up until those guys went to jail. And that was the crew from Butt Naked. So I think when he start getting those checks from Clyde Davis, and people start treating him like he was rich, getting all the free shit, because he was getting a lot of, you know, people who get rich when you rich, you get a whole lot of free shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's crazy. Discounts, like these people go out and buy these Fendi bags and try to be like these stars, but they giving them 40 and 60% discounts when they come in the store. You know what I mean? So he start getting that type of attention. We go places, we have carte blanche, and I would see him act the fool on television, but that ain't the Puffy I knew. You know what I'm saying? This the crazy stuff. Huh?
So when did the Puffy start disappearing?
Don't trade alone. Trade with me live using one simple strategy, and I'll help you get results.
I start seeing a difference. I think that when he got with J-Lo.
What started changing? What did you notice?
Like didn't give a F about, what nobody thought, nobody felt after Big died. And I think that, when he didn't care, it's when your girl is upstairs and you getting a fellatio while your girl is upstairs, it's something about you, there's something is wrong with you that you would even try some shit like that. You understand?
Yeah.
So people was bringing him things.
Wait, what? Brenda, did you hear it? She might not be up here, y'all. So listen, because I don't remember everything. Okay. Did you hear what he just said?
Yes.
So was there an incident between him and J-Lo? It's so much that happened back then, right? Where he was getting head and J-Lo caught him, maybe?
Baby. Because you know what? I think we always thought that they were going to get back together. Remember, like when they first broke up and everybody thought they would get back together and it never came to anything. So I feel like there's a whole lot more to these stories that we don't know about.
Exactly. So it seems like she may have caught him getting head and she was in the same house. I'm gonna go back a few seconds just to see if that's what I heard, because okay.
Baby. Hey, Young Ryan. Salute to everybody coming in the building. I see y'all. Salute. Happy Tuesday, y'all.
And
We're turning up a little bit.
When he didn't care about J-Lo. I start seeing a difference. I think that when he got with J-Lo.
What started changing? What did you notice?
Like didn't give a F about, what nobody thought, nobody felt after Big died. And I think that, when he didn't care, it's when your girl is upstairs and you getting a fellatio while your girl is upstairs, it's something about you, there's something is wrong with you that you would even try some shit like that. You understand?
Yeah.
So people was bringing him things, and just like with the girl Corinne Steffen, Superhead, somebody would bring him her. Yo, she crazy. The head is crazy. Okay. What is it gonna cost you? You gonna take care of it? Now he's dealing with her. It's so many women that were bad, that was fine, that I would see come out the room sometimes. I was like, damn, Ma, for real?
Really?
And be laughing. I'm like, damn, Ma. And they'll be laughing again because that was that type of atmosphere. You understand?
So while he was with J-Lo, what other famous people do you remember seeing coming out that room?
Tis.
Hypothetically, let's play make believe. Let's play make believe in a world of you that you would never believe. Who could we possibly? Somebody that would just never. Who could we never believe? Again, this is
I
not
would
alleged.
never
We're
say.
just playing hypothetical. I know you don't know, but if you had to guess, let's just go. So like Diddy
For real,
and
Tis.
Hillary
For real,
Clinton.
Tis. For real.
Huh?
For real.
Diddy and Hillary Clinton.
Hypothetically speaking, I would never say Sally Richardson or Diamond. Y'all know her real name. You know, I would never say Diamond.
From the Players Club. Hypothetically speaking, who else we talking about?
Jeez, that ain't enough.
No, hypothetically speaking, because here's the thing that blew my mind. The fact that J-Lo would be upstairs and
Brenda, you there?
Yes, ma'am. Hold on.
Okay, can you drop the link for E?
I sure can.
Thank you. And then, okay, so he said Diamond from the Players Club, the Brad sister, her name. It's not coming to me for some reason.
That was me. I was like, I'm Diamond from. No, I'm kidding. I'm holding.
I was like, that was you who said that, not Cecil. But I can't think of her name. What's her name, girl?
The lady who wears the all white.
Lisa Ray.
Lisa Ray. Thank you, Perfect Peace.
Lisa Ray. So that's one of the people that he didn't see being passed around. Child.
That's why she's wearing all that white now.
Girl, that ain't gonna do that with this.
Don't you know that admonishes that makes everything okay? That fixes everything. You know, girl. You know. Makes everything okay.
And then for him to call her Diamond, though, child, he threw me off. I couldn't even think of the girl's real name.
Diamond. He is a mess. You know, G's a mess. Puffy has always been a demonic looking ass who became powerful and built an empire. He was his own god in his own world. Hip hop took over the world. Yeah. Probably the demon, definitely the demon, because no normal person operates and does this shit. Anybody who uses substances to overpower another person, that's evil. That's demonic shit. You don't do that, because that means that you know that if people were in their right minds, they wouldn't participate.
You're not working off of free will.
Yeah. How dare you? Like, take that from people. Look at that lady who is oh, here she goes. Oh, she dropped. I'm back, boo. She came up and she dropped.
She'll come back.
Sugar Shack. What are you talking? What are you saying about Andre Harrell and Chris Cuomo? And salute to everybody.
And I said nothing about Chris Cuomo. Who Brenda gonna get you?
Like, listen, y'all. When I saw Chris Cuomo back, because when they let him go at the tail end of the pandemic, they was trying to get the Cuomos out of here. You understand me? I'm sick of you motherfuckers. You leave them alone. Hold on, let me. Okay, she goes. Hey, E.
Hey, E. Nicole, baby.
She's on mute. You on mute, E? E. Okay. Yes.
You know.
Child, I am just coming back to the light of day. Y'all know I've been struggling.
Walk into the light, E. We know we got you, boo. We got you. E, we've been up here cutting up. We've been cutting up this morning.
We have. It's been a lot going on.
I look like I've been getting going in.
We've been talking about butt plugs and
wow.
threesomes.
And first.
Well, I'm not surprised with the subject at hand, so let's get into it.
Do you want us to give you a little quick recap of what was in the first 7 chapters of the book?
Oh, damn. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
okay,
they're very small chapters. Go ahead.
They were very quick. They were very, very quick, like maybe 3 pages long, if that. But so we learned that allegedly in the book, it was stated that Jay-Z and P. Diddy slept together. That Tupac and Kim Porter slept together,
Facts.
but P. Diddy wanted Tupac to sleep with him as well. He refused,
He
which
wanted
is
to
why
compare penises. Let's not move past that, Payday.
yes, he wanted to know who could sex her better, who had the biggest, and he was about to, pull it out. Okay. Um, Tupac did not like that. He refused and he did not want to be no parts of it. So P. Diddy was the one allegedly that sent the shot to him at the studio. We learned it from the book that Kim Porter knew that Clive and P. Diddy were sleeping together. When she mentioned it, that was the first time that P. Diddy put hands on her. Brenda, fill in whatever I'm leaving out.
Okay. So we said Clive Diva, Jay-Z. She said that she never slept with Jay-Z. It was just Puff and Jay-Z had their little sexual whatever together. But Jay-Z was also with the get rid of Pac. He wanted him going too because he wanted to be in that place. So it was the takedowns of the Jay-Z because he wasn't Hova at that time and he was just Sean Carter. So they all were kind of participating, quote unquote. And we listen, this is just based on the book, y'all. We don't know anything of this to be true, okay? So they both were involved in that. And we know that Tupac lost a testicle, okay, during the shooting. And they saw him come down in the elevator. He stopped on their floor. They saw him in a pool of blood. They did not help him, but he did survive. We talked about Albie Shore and all three of them having a threesome. So Albie Shore and P. Diddy had also been intimate with each other. And then they had a threesome with Kim. Oh, Jesus. So much sex and perversion and
yes, we also found out that Biggie and Tupac were in talks of doing a label together, but Jay-Z, who was Sean Carter at the time, went and ratted them out to Diddy.
Thank you, Young Reyes. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that are a part of this. I feel like did we talk about somebody else? Let me quickly run through this.
And we also listened to Suge Knight's interview that he had with Homo. It was like a 9-minute long video. He spilled a little tea. We gave commentary on that. And then now we're listening to Tisa Tales and Gene Deal's most recent interview. So
Hey, D.
Hey, Miss D.
Yes. This interview has been good too. So Gene Deal, who feels like he's the holy grail, and like I was telling Payday, I take everything Gene says with a grain of salt because a lot of people feel that Gene should have came out and started talking a whole lot, much more before. Hey, Shawanda, I see everybody. Salute to everybody coming in the building. But Gene was never behind the scenes. He wasn't at the orgies and these sex parties, right? He may have been with them in a sex store, picking up butt plugs or whatever, or seeing them pick up butt plugs, but he wasn't really there behind the scenes. So he gives you a generalized view of some of the crazy shit that happened, but he can't really tell us everything,
Right.
like, yeah. So we appreciate Gene, but
not only that, but a lot of things weren't said or done in front of Gene. What we've been learning is Diddy knows who and how to act around depending on who he's around and who he's talking to.
Right. A whole conglomerate. Right. Facts.
Yeah. And so far in this interview, he has spoke on P. Diddy slapping his mom. He has spoke on the city college situation, how many people died, how they died, why. He spoke on the pill addiction. He also said that P. Diddy and Kim Porter got into an altercation, and Kim Porter did not appreciate him putting his hands on her, so she went Indian on him. You know what
the
I'm saying?
Navajo, right, rose up in her.
Navajo on him, and the slicing, I think his arm almost cut a main artery. He ended up having to take pain pills for that, and ended up getting addicted to them. Yeah. Oh, also in the book we learned that allegedly Mary J and P. Diddy
Right.
threesome.
Yes. Yeah. Mary J. And Mary J. has spoken very briefly. And Mary J. said that his parties were part of like the initiation.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me, right? Like it's scary.
Why? Why is it crazy?
So she slept with P. Diddy first, and then they later had a threesome with him.
While it's crazy to me, because I feel like what people will do to be in this business. Yeah, in that respect. I think I'm not anything that comes out. I don't think I would be shocked by anything that's happening because it's already so sick. And a level of perversions are unhindered because their money, they got money and power until they didn't. Right? Because I don't think that he felt like he was gonna ever be in a place where he had to answer to anybody.
Okay.
You might want to check out Jaguar Wright's interview. She has a lot of insight. She really feels
I
like
always listen to Jaguar Wright. She definitely has a lot of insight. She has definitely talked about all of this before it ever came out. Before anybody was really talking about it, she was the one that was exposing everything. She has always said that her true target is Clive Davis, but she said it's some steps she got to go through before she get up to him. But she has been very vocal about the things that she has seen and witnessed in the industry. I don't sleep on Orlando Brown either. Although Orlando Brown talks about his head a lot and he mixed it in with a lot of craziness, I feel like that's how he protects himself. Because
I think that
he's just crazy, right?
The industry made him. I think he's another victim of the industry, right? From being a child actor. And so I think sometimes like he's a little off the beaten path, but I think he speaks a lot of truth.
And here's the thing, you know, even aside from the industry, just regular people, right? Everybody always calls the truth tellers crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they want to stay comfortable in their delusions. Now, from being an artist and being around, right? Because I've been around the music since I was born. Like y'all know, my daddy a musician too. I'm not surprised at none of these things because I've done been approached. You know what I'm saying? I know so many people that have been approached, and they go after people that come from either nothing or came from the church because they be so, you know, we be so ready to get away from the church people. You want that career so bad. It's a lot of people that's willing to do anything to get their families out of their certain situations. You know what I'm saying? So you know, people saying strange for change. Period.
Right.
Yeah, that's facts. And like I said, I really think that that's how he protects himself. When he, mix in all that crazy stuff, he know that the higher ups is just gonna, play it off to being like, y'all listen to anything he has to say, like he's crazy, blah blah blah. But if you listen real close, it's different little pieces that you can take from what he says that you can tell he knows for a fact.
That's facts, Paydae. Also, the powers that be, evil always has to tell you what's going on so they can say that they told you. Now they mix it up and try to play it off like jokes or certain people crazy. But one thing about Orlando and Jaguar, ain't nobody never took them to court for slander. Ain't nobody never took them to court for defamation. Nope. Ain't nobody never took them to court for damages.
Not even a cease and desist, okay?
Okay.
That's facts. That's big facts. So do you want to comment on anything else, dealing with the details of the book that we said?
I absolutely do. Okay, so I was just passionate, like, I know Brenda want to be safe, but listen, the galaxy over there, we know this stuff is true, okay? The stuff have been out for the longest, right? And I'm not going to get off topic for today because we're going to be back with many more episodes. But, it was crazy to me is that people are acting so surprised when we've talked about all of these things before. You know what I'm saying? Nothing really is new information. It's just regurgitated, and it's really a distraction. But we'll get to the distraction later on in other episodes because I just feel like, why y'all going at people one by one? Just go ahead and take the whole little group down because y'all all was part of the shit. Didn't know one man.
People gonna still be protected for a little while until they can't keep their lid on it anymore.
Yeah. One by one, and they went and put got Mayor Adams right in there, chucked him right in there. Don't think that this is separate and apart. All of this stuff is related, very much related, because they've been looking.
Seeing all these CEOs that are stepping down.
Right.
So many CEOs stepping down, past the stepping down. Y'all see T.D. Jakes' ass.
Yeah, everybody is going into early retirement and some more shit.
Yes, they
Jakes is another one
for so many years. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Cynical one, salute.
Hey, cynical one.
Okay, y'all want me to
surprised at all. I'm just like,
I'm not surprised either, honestly. Like, I'm not surprised by anything I hear that goes on in the industry.
Yeah.
Because I know that it takes place, you know, and it's stranger than we even know. It's stranger than we've even ever heard. You know what I'm saying? And like, I just don't put nothing past these people, especially if they have amassed like great fortune and fame.
This is my question though. Why is it always mad day? You know what I'm saying? Why is it always you want to tell on everybody when you get caught, but you was good and comfortable at all these parties? You know what I'm saying? People don't ever want to tell what's going on till they get caught, they get busted.
They all had dirt on each other, girl.
But when you benefit from it, people don't care. See? When they would benefit from it, it was okay until it wasn't. Like when it was no more of a benefit, and that's how you know when people using you, right? When you know more benefit of you, then it's like, oh, we telling everything. We no ground in you.
But they all made sure that they all had dirt on each other, which is why none of this was coming out. It's like I have to protect you to protect myself. But if I do end up going down and I don't get the type of support I feel like I need from y'all, or if I'm salty about me going down by myself, now I want all of y'all to go down too, and that's when we have Mayday, in my opinion.
Right. Auntie P. This lady is
not anointed, but
yeah, like, you know, they said, you know, it's known that 2024 is the year of exposure, you know what I'm saying? And now it's time for people to pay for the things they've done. And that's not just the industry. That's worldwide going on.
Right.
It is like it's so much being exposed. Like 2024 is definitely the year of exposure for sure. Whatever has been hidden, it has been coming out. Okay. But if nobody thinks that it's weird that him and Usher was sleeping in the same bed when Usher was, you know, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old, and they was, you know, wrestling over cereal and cereal boxes and food, like I knew back then, you know, like, child, listen, if that's not strange to you, and that's coming clean out of their mouth, that's coming out of Usher mouth, and that's coming out of P. Diddy mouth. So,
before we go on, as a parent, you know what I'm saying? How do y'all feel about these parents? You know what I'm saying? These kids couldn't be in these positions without these parents.
Negligent.
I feel like that in the R. Kelly case, in this case, in the Epstein case, in Michael Jackson's case, whether we know, we don't even know what the hell happened, but a lot of times these kids were sold to these people.
Yep.
Basically, like, okay, well, if you're gonna elevate their career and we're gonna, you know, have money off of it and gain money off of it, then I'm just gonna turn the blind eye. I don't know how, as a parent, you could allow that to happen to your kids. Like,
exactly. I would kill for my child. You know what I'm saying? And cynical one, yes, we are multi-streaming. We streaming from Brenda, we're streaming from Paydae, and of course myself. So make sure y'all subscribe to all three of us. Okay.
Make sure y'all hit those like buttons for us as well.
So you know what scared me? Because I always say all money ain't good money, right? And people who do things for money, get them out your circle. I'm scared of those kind of people, right? Because if you can be bought, like to do stuff for money, you'll get me knocked off, right? So for parents who will sit back and turn a blind eye, because you can't tell me that these parents at some point weren't aware. Like, you don't know what, if my child there, I'm there. Where they at, I'm at. They under a certain age, and I know that they don't know the wiles of this industry, and I know this industry can eat them alive. I don't want you in the house with no other man. I don't care who he is in this industry. I don't know him.
let alone living with these people outside of my house. There is no proposition that they could ever proposition me with to allow them to have free reign with my kid. Wherever they go, I will be there.
Right.
And it's a lot of generational curse in our demographic, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lot of these parents probably was did the same way by their parents.
But it's even like the European people, they do it way more often than
Yeah.
black people. We gotta think about Britney Spears, we gotta think about Hannah Montana, we gotta think about Justin Bieber,
Shit, it go all the way back to the
it's
beginning of time. Shit, Shirley Temple, all that shit.
Justin Timberlake, all of the Disney, everybody who was on Disney, child, everybody who was on Nickelodeon as a kid. This wasn't just one or two kids. This is all of them. All of them were getting groomed and exposed to certain things. And you can tell who kept going with things by how they elevated in the industry. If they went from Disney into the main industry, into the big industry, and had longevity, that mean that they were still intertwined with what's going on in the industry.
Right. And I think a lot of people need to understand, because I feel like people get confused and think the casting couch is just for acting. No, the casting couch is across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, they use those casting calls to send around too. Like, do you like the look of this kid? Do you? Yeah.
That's so sick. And y'all know that stuff gets under my skin. I hate it. Right. Look, come on, Auntie Fee. Auntie Fee's on it today. She said Mickey was a man, not a mouse.
Okay, let's go.
Walt Disney was living vicariously through that motherfucker. Okay.
Just sick pedophiles and oh God. Yeah, perfect peace. Facts. But the thing is that even if the parents can't wait, be there, be more involved. Nobody's taking my kid into a room that I can't be in, things like that. Because my mother didn't play that. We couldn't even stay over at nobody's house. We're not playing these kind of games, you know.
And it's still a minor. Like, it's no room you're gonna be able to put me out of.
Right.
As long as my kid is a minor, I'm there. Okay.
And then what's crazy is how they try to, demonize the parents that are there. Like, oh, you're a momager. Oh, you're this or that. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well.
They try to get rid of them. And the kid doesn't even, listen. Because I often wonder, how much does Brandy and Ray J's mom and dad know?
Exactly.
Turn the blind eye.
Because they was everywhere. Because they was
everywhere, okay? Mm-hmm. But they still found a way to elevate and advance. So what did they turn a blind eye to?
Exactly. Right. And let's not even get on Usher mama.
Okay, hey Michelle. Even Brashear Gray, the one from Empire. Look how screwed up he is now from Will Smith and Jada.
Yeah.
Will and Jada still raising themselves. They are a hot damn mess.
But they're part of the industry groomer. It's certain houses you go into, entering into the industry. Like, it's certain people that they will house you with. And Jada and Will, a lot go through their house. Okay? Yeah. A lot. It wasn't by chance that the one she had the entanglement was there. He was there for his own reasons and on some issues.
That was it.
Jada emancipated himself and ran for and never looked back. And them his parents.
It's no telling what he's seen, okay?
Yeah. Ann was made to do. He forced him to kiss him in the mouth every damn interview that was together.
God. Ugh.
Like, listen, it's crazy, okay?
It's really sick. And you know what? I'm hoping that some of this exposure does something. I mean, who knows? I mean, at least to the point where people think that they aren't untouchable, to curb some of this sickness, right? Because I'll touch on this briefly. 19 and counting. That's a whole nother sick, deviant situation over there. I don't know if you know about them, the Duggars.
Yeah.
That was right.
Sick. That was very sick.
Another sick situation there with these deviants, right? These people get in front of these cameras and money, and that family was a whole sick, warped, deviant, sex assaulting, incestuous, like travesty. Like it's just a damn mess. And I'm glad that they got exposed.
People do anything for fame, especially people who have felt like, you know, during childhood they've been slighted or felt like they didn't get the attention they deserve.
Right.
Validation. And some people don't give a fuck how they get it.
Yes,
That's
perfect.
true.
Aaliyah's
Even
mother too.
even all the parents that was on the R. Kelly documentary. I'm like, I mean, y'all are fighting now, but how did you even let your kids out your grass to where you don't know where they are?
Right.
They know.
How did it even get to that point?
They signed the fucking permission slip.
Exactly. And it's crazy because if a grown ass man is trying to meet with my 11-year-old alone, that would be weird. Okay.
Absolutely. And this is my thing. You know, everybody always wants technology. Update this, upgrade that. Well, technology equals no privacy. So the times of hiding the shit that you're doing is gone. That shit is easy research.
Mhm. Very easy to get to.
Except
You can pull an affidavit from somebody's records and be able to pull everything that's been on their phones.
Yep. And I mean, it's obvious that because okay, if my phone, if I can say, "Hey Siri," and it answers me,
Baby, everybody listening, Paydae.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and my phone just like answered me. Like y'all couldn't hear, but it really just answered me. So my thing is, listen, you think it's only trained to hear that command?
Y'all need to get them hoes about your house. Alexa and Siri. Can't none of them hoes come in my house.
But you know what though? AI terrifies me.
Them hoes is not allowed in my house. Okay.
But AI terrifies me. It literally
Yeah,
does.
it does get kind of scary. Like, look, not to be, should I bring this up? Okay, whatever. We're in the Mo3 sector. You can put whole songs together.
I really hate that. Okay.
I know you don't like it, E, because that's lazy.
And that's why I say it terrifies me because you could not at this point you don't even need the artist. You can just put whatever words you want together, tell it to
And you'll
AI,
make a
and
song.
AI will produce a whole song for you.
So
So
the artist, they want the death of the artist because now, you know, back in the day, you had to get those deals. You had to do the footwork. We had to pass out our CDs. We had to really be workers. You know what I'm saying? And now you don't need none of that. They have bypassed the true creative person, and that goes for all things creative, like
but
art.
that's why I say it terrifies me because for that reason, because you can use AI to publish books now. All I have to do is just tell them a few words of what I want included in the story, and it'll write me a whole freaking story. Okay, not only that, but you can take somebody's image and likeness. You can make them say whatever you want them to say. You can make them do whatever you want them to do. You're going to see a lot of cases where a lot of people is going to be saying, oh my God, that's not me, that's AI. Then you're going to see some cases where it's not AI, it's really the person. But you know what I'm saying? They trying to say that it's AI.
Now, because if y'all look at IG or, you know, just any social media platform, AI is getting better and better. You know, it used to be to where you could actually like look at things and be like, oh, that's not real. But you really cannot tell if you know how to really edit. And you know this coming from an editor. If you really know how to edit, that shit look real. In a minute,
it terrifies me. Man, they're making animals with AI. Shit you ain't never seen. You don't know if it's real or fake. Like, it's really gonna screw us up for a few years.
Showing historical pictures. They already lied to us about that. That should be against like their fucking law.
Anytime you can make a Tupac song in 2024, that's scary.
Okay. And one last thing I want to say is y'all need to understand how really dangerous it is because, and probably already been done. But as far as the government, they're gonna be having press conferences and all type of televised things. It's not even them people. It's strictly AI. They don't even got to be there no more.
That is insane.
You see, they already doing it with concerts, with the holograms and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's almost like, bro, it's crazy. They're gonna start having AI concerts and some more shit.
They already do.
Listen,
They've had Tupac come. They've had Whitney Houston. I believe they had Michael Jackson. But the hologram concerts are already being done.
That's insane, though. Like literally, it's like they're just trying to like cut out needing real people.
Yep. Exactly.
Look, I use AI all the time. I'm working on creating my own GPT. Lord, I'm telling you, I don't know. I'm not a fan of AI. Not to listen. It's way more advanced than we can see right now. Is what I know, and it's gonna get scary for some years. Like I could just feel that coming.
Yep.
So I don't know if y'all want me to press play or you want me to get back into the interview.
I'm here for it.
Okay.
Maybe hypothetically speaking, something downstairs would be happening. You know, like
No, that's not hypothetically speaking. That was happening.
okay. Yeah, but did he go out of his way to hide that from J-Lo? Or would J-Lo?
Yeah, I think he did. I think he did.
So then
He went out. A lot of, you know, him and old boy had these little skinny white girls downtown on 4th and 5th Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
In their apartment buildings down there. And let's just say he's affiliated with basketball and football at the same time. They had their little skinny British white girls down there. And when they would meet up with each other, they would say, yo, how your little white girl doing? He's like, how your little white girl doing?
Oh, really?
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So that was going on. He was trying to hide it from J-Lo, but like you said, why are you even doing this and being so reckless?
When I tried to tell him, when I tried to tell the guy who's with them all the time, Paul them, I said, yo, Paul, do you know those private eyes are following us? You understand? He said, Gee, what are you talking about? I said, they them private eyes, bro. I work for a private eye company, Elite Investigations. So I know some of the guys, I know some of the people, I know how they get down, how they work, whatever. You know, I'm an investigator myself. So I said, yo, dog, Puff got private eyes. They got private eyes following him. So I thought that it was Miss Lopez or it was, what's his guy name? Benny Medina, who hated Puff. They was trying to get J-Lo away from him.
Why?
So I thought he hired people to follow Puff to get dirt on him about so they can give to Jennifer.
Were you right? Was it?
Well, I know I was right.
You wanted me to pause it, Eve?
Yeah, I wanted to comment on Rob Zilla TV comment. Because that's exactly what we were saying. He said that he used AI all the time. No, wait, that's not the one. It's the one after that. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, he said he used. I don't know. Did he delete it? Well, he said that he was an artist and an engineer. And being an artist and an engineer and doing these things and the money that we get from that, that's what we're saying. That check no longer gonna come to us because they can do it with AI. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Now watching Gene Deal do this, I feel like, what do y'all feel about all these opportunists who basically, I won't say necessarily Gene Deal, but a lot of these people who never was always in the background, right? Now, all of a sudden, y'all got all these tell-alls and all these stories. How do y'all feel about these opportunists?
I mean, I'm in between the opportunists and just capitalizing off of a situation that you were involved in. You know what I mean?
And nobody will ever get to all these people. So it's overstimulation at this point. It's too many people at one time coming out trying to tell their stories. Some of them are going to get lost in like the way, because it's like, who are you now? How did you now? So what is this? Okay. Right. And I know a lot of people feel safe to come out now, but in the context of things, it's like people are getting lost. It's just so many stories, so many lives affected, because like, who he was dealing with, like it extends to them now. So even if people weren't directly affected by Puffy, they're indirectly affected. Because now it's the Rick Rosses, and now they talk about DJ Khaled's and all these other Neos and these other psychos who were involved in this bullshit. Like,
yeah, I agree. I just wanted to see what y'all thought.
Yep, I agree as well.
I guess you were right. He ain't make it too hard, right? The first day, the guy was like, let me not turn in my reports for another week, so at least I can get paid. The first day, they found evidence. Like, he woke up and they were like, wow. Okay. So do you think that it was the charges that came up from that shooting in the nightclub that truly was the final nail in the coffin? Or do you think there was all that stuff in the background going down between Jennifer and Puff that she was just like, I'm tapping out?
Well, first of all, I know for a fact that her mother hated him. And when somebody as big as her and she loves her mother like she do, and if they got a disdain taste in their mouth for your man, shit ain't gonna work.
Why do you think she hated Diddy? Because he was black?
Absolutely not, BT.
If you know, you know.
I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
I think that's a big part of it. She may not never admit it, but all the conversations they had, all the things he was trying to buy her mother and everything, give her mother, she wouldn't accept not one gift.
Anyone with $10,000 or more in credit card debt or personal loans may qualify for help from National Debt Relief. Minimum
behind the
payments can
bar,
literally keep you in
leave
debt for
Cardi B
decades.
alone before I fight you. He just won't let up on Cardi B. Leave Cardi B alone.
You wanted me to pause it?
Wait, BDB has been on Cardi B's top. He feels a way about her. He's mad. He don't be mad because Offset cheated. Okay.
Right.
Now, all right.
What's
Now
that about? What's
I
Cardi
was
B
over
to
there.
you?
I was over there on his community wall on his tippy top. Okay. The audacity of you, BDB. I'm gonna be right back over there. Not child. Okay. Behind the bar. Excuse you. Okay. Anyway, let me stop messing with him.
Okay. Here we go.
Because Diddy, to your knowledge, did him and J-Lo ever get handsy or have any of the issues that Kim have?
Never.
Yeah,
Never.
so he treated her like he was cheating, but it never got handsy or anything like that.
No. It never got handsy. I got a funny part in my second book about one night that she was about to go on some girls, and
Now, how many books is he gonna drop?
I don't want no more. I don't want it. He's been live and recounted 800 stories. I just think after this is done, people are just leave us alone with this. You know,
yeah,
because
he's going to oversaturate.
yes, it's too much. And the victims are going to be coming out with tell-all books. You know what I mean? Everybody is going to be like, it's too much.
Hey, time.
Yeah, it's definitely not. And he said in my second book, like, how many books are you gonna write, Gene? All of it wasn't in the first
right.
one.
And Gene, you weren't behind the scenes, you know, and that's really that people are waiting to be really like, who's on those tapes? Like, we're finding out what's in the baby oil because Ant broke that like a week ago. You understand? Because he, you know, word on the street got back to him that those weren't just baby oil, because the FBI is not confiscating 1,000 bottles of baby oil. What do they need that for? Like, that doesn't even make sense. So it's definitely something was in there, and they were, you know, using that thing to put it. Literally lulls you into a sleep, and it takes your memory. You don't remember things that happen. Salute, boss lady. Hey, baby.
Exactly. Hey, boss lady.
You know, now he has control of those people. So just psychopath.
That's insane. But yeah, I just wanted to know how many goddamn books he was gonna write and how many interviews he gonna have. Next, he gonna be having a movie coming out, y'all.
You know, and another thing, ass nigga.
Not and another thing is.
She just got so frustrated. She just said, "Yo, Gene," and I wanted to help her, but I couldn't. I couldn't at the time. But she wasn't. It wasn't because she was putting his hands on her, nothing like that. But they was just trying to. She said they was trying to make her look like Susie Sausage Head.
Okay, so explain that. I don't understand the story.
We went. J-Lo wanted him to. I mean, Ms. Lopez wanted him to go to this event with her. He told her all kind of lies, like he had to do this and he had to do it, which was a bunch of bullshit. He didn't want to go to the event. So she came back. She had this lavender, I think purplish lavender dress on. Had this big ass 3-carat diamond ring. Could be 9 carats or whatever like that. She was gorgeous, and I was like, "Yo, this nigga would go to it with her." I'm like, "Yo." So she came back to the studio, and he had all these girls up in the studio. And then this chick said, I think she overheard, Ms. Lopez overheard the girl say, "Oh, she ain't all that." And they was like scallywags, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, compared to Jeff. So then Gene was like, "Yo," Pop was like, "Yo, Gene, take Jennifer home, man, and bring her back to the studio." You know, so I go home. That's when she told me the story about, "Yo, Gene, I take care of everybody who take care of me." You know what I'm saying? And I was like, "Yo, Ms. Lopez, I'm not at liberty to say anything about Mr. Cohn's business, but I will tell you that when we came back from doing what we was doing, those girls was already in the studio." But then she was like, "Yo, Gene."
I know she felt like smacking you. Those girls were already there. You
But
know?
then she hit me with that. "But Gene, you and I both know ain't nobody in that studio unless Puff get permission from them to be up in there."
Yeah.
Ms. Lopez, I don't know what to say. I didn't hear him make any situations like that. And you have to talk to him that when you get back to the office with him. She went upstairs. She jumped out the car, and I was supposed to go upstairs with her. She just jumped out the car and jetted on me. She got her ponytail in. She put the grease on her ears, came back in the jeans and the sneakers. And Ms. Lopez had turned into Jenny from the block.
Okay. I guess she was about it.
Huh?
I guess she was about it. So then what happened?
So then she came back to the studio.
Got her rings on.
Yeah. She came back to the studio, and don't you know, Puff had got them girls out of there and gave her a song that was supposed to be for Faith.
What song was it?
I forgot, but the song was supposed to be for Faith or Sherry Dennison. It was for Faith or Sherry Dennison. Puff gave it to her. They worked on her and the writer worked on the song for a little bit, and then we all went to we went to a club called Eugene's. Kelly Rowland, Michelle, Dame Dash, Jay-Z, Jennifer, and myself.
Oh, really?
At the club called Eugene's. I was the only bodyguard. I'm like, "Yo, what are y'all bodyguards? This nigga,
Sierra said she ain't going. She said, "I don't believe that at all."
Can I tell you at this point, because
songs that were meant for other people, period. They gave J-Lo a lot of songs that was meant for other people.
That's true.
I mean, Ashanti was singing on one of J-Lo's songs. It's not even J-Lo singing.
Reference track because she could never.
Right. So you know what I have to say at this point, and y'all can tell me if you feel the same way. Gene is starting to sound like a tattletale girl. Like Gene, I'm sorry.
Get out of my head. Like,
I can't. Like Gene, hush, pumpkin, hush. Like some of the things, okay. Like I can take, but like Gene, at this time, you just sound like you a girl gossiping. Like, what is we doing, baby? What's happening here?
That's why I had asked you about the opportunists, because don't get me wrong, if you're a part of something and you lived things through your life, you are definitely at liberty to talk about whatever you want to talk about. To me, it's the intention and the timing.
Yeah, like what is we doing?
Yeah,
Like,
he definitely had on Tim's and Jenny from the block.
I just refuse to believe that J. Lopez. I mean, she grew up in the Bronx, right? Facts. I'm with Tierra on that. Like, Gene, shut up.
Tierra's
be funny. Like, I just Gene hush because now he's sounding like a girl.
Hella people's songs, and that's why Mariah still to this day, and I love to use that. Me, Paydae. I don't know her. You know what I'm saying? That's why Mariah Carey still feel that way about Jennifer Lopez. They gave a lot of songs to her, but I think I kind of agree with Tierra about the Tims.
Wait, Tierra, he watched an episode of In Living Color and mixed it with, for real, because that lady ain't going to fight nobody. Like, Gene hush. Like, certain things.
No,
like,
I don't believe she did all of that. I'm saying she did put some Tims on in that video.
Right, but she wasn't going nowhere to fight. She is not hood for real. Fast facts, Tika. And I know that.
Hey, now she was practicing for enough.
Like,
I always felt like J-Lo switched with whatever type of man she was with. Like, if she was with a Spanish man, then she was a Spanish woman. If she was with a black man, then she tried to be a black woman. Like,
did you say Spanish in there? Because remember, she was with old boy that she got the kids back.
Her baby daddy, yeah. But mind you, after P. Diddy, he did it for all black men everywhere because she ain't never been back with he ain't never been back with another brother. Sick of you motherfuckers, okay? She'd had enough. Well,
they try to discredit Jaguar Wright every time she opened her mouth. I don't know where you been.
Nah, Jaguar Wright
just can't.
A lot of facts for sure.
Right, me too. I believe that.
Now, so she really be going in.
Right, Tierra. You think that's what he did? Perfect Peace. I think Gene likes telling these stories. Since from the first minute I got turned, put on to Gene. Gene loves telling these stories. He likes being a part of the story. He likes feeling like he's a huge part of the stories. Right? He likes this.
Well, BT said it's true. Absolutely as well. We all know that Beyonce is still a song quick.
I believe Gene's. Yep, he collected, but Gene wants his attention. He absolutely does. So.
So if y'all saying she telling the truth, why can't he be doing the same? Well, nobody put out a cease and desist on his ass either. I haven't seen him in any lawsuits.
Oh yeah, he's very much extra. They don't, and he don't need to be in anything. They don't need to subpoena Gene. Just go to his channel.
Yeah. Now, what I will say is he definitely emphasized some shit and like he's just a storyteller at this point. But I don't think he's necessarily doing a whole lot of lying. He probably added details, but no lie, he should have been ran out of shit to say. For as little as he was around.
Yeah. Now Gene, you're talking about J-Lo putting on Timbs and pony. No, Gene, abort mission.
He just up here bold-faced lying or anything like that. I just asked the blanket question of when does it change from opportunist to telling your story?
Right.
Definitely.
And now people want to hear from him, where before people weren't really like listening to him because he always had a story and something to tell. To the part that I feel like Gene embellishes a little, but I think he puts 20 on 10. I do. But does he tell? Is the base core of his stories factual? Yes, I do believe that. But also, he can only go past he can't go past the door in terms of telling the story because he wasn't there.
Facts. And a lot of stuff that he says is really kind of on the surface, but he just romanticizes it so much, and makes it into a story. But really, it's kind of really surface level shit.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not nothing.
That we all have heard before.
Not only that, it's about clicks and views as well. So when somebody's trying to come get an exclusive an interview from you, then you feel like, oh, what have I not talked about? I never talked about putting those Tims on, going back to the studio. Like, it's like to that point for me with him.
Yes, I've never. So now we do have 8 through 18. What's it? Do we want to do this tomorrow morning? When do we want to come back? Do you guys want to hear 8 through 18 tomorrow? Boss lady, did you hear the chapters? Oh my God.
Boss lady, please rewind, girl. You got to hear chapters 1 through 7.
Yes, Gene is a perfect fit for the multi-sector. He's a talker. Wait, Paydae and Nicole. I don't know if you know, but when Lack first came into the sector, Lack was a storyteller. Did y'all know this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Lack can tell some stories. Mysterious thought he was a little off the beaten path. You understand? He came in and he was up there much around the time when what's the pimp's name? Sorry. What's his name? Fulfillment. Him and Fulfillment would be on. Imagine having Lack and Fulfillment on a panel together. But they have been on a panel together in a lot of instances recently. But they were both up there, and Lack would tell us stories. Long-winded stories, much like Gene. And it was interesting. And at the same time, we said, "Who the hell is this man?" Good old Lack.
Good old big Lack.
And he opened up the projects on us and turned it up a notch. But yeah.
That's funny.
Hey, Gas Man. Yeah, we believe Gene, but Gene, don't be girly. Like he's going into gossip territory. Like we don't just stick to the facts, Gene. Because I'm listening to him at the end of this, and it's too much, Gene.
He's like a 13-year-old girl right now.
Right. I thought it was me. I'm glad y'all agree because I was like, Gene, wrap this up.
And he doesn't for some time.
Yeah, and another thing is, nigga, when he get done, he gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I forgot to tell them." And another thing,
right?
Girl, he probably done already had his next interview after this one. Okay, Tom.
Okay, it's sitting in the shelf, it's ready to be.
But it's up to y'all. So, do y'all want to reconvene tomorrow? Do y'all want to finish listening to the interview? It's up to y'all. What y'all want to do?
Yeah, let's come back tomorrow when I'm refreshed. Cause baby,
no, boy,
that shit was attractive.
I will try my best. I think I could do. We'll see if we want to do all of like 8 through 18 tomorrow. Just a minute, yeah. My tongue started getting tired today reading this out loud, but yes. Chapter 8 starts with Kadada, and we know Kadada was the woman who dated Tupac. Okay. So this is going to be interesting. That's what we start off with tomorrow. And we'll see what time is good for everybody tomorrow morning, maybe like around 10 or something, but we'll convene. I'll speak to the ladies and we'll figure it out. And then we can watch the second part of this interview where we see if Gene starts putting pigtails in his hair. Because Gene, what are you even doing?
For real.
Yes, go back and read Boss Lady. You will be entertained. That is Quincy Jones' daughter, fact, Bishop Kadada. And she's a nice looking woman, and she dated Tupac, and there were rumblings about that. Tupac got turned out when he got to Oakland. What that mean, Boss Lady? What's that mean? Turned out. I'm not hating on Gene. Gene's necessary. Gene is necessary, but also Gene, not too much. Oh, thank you, BT.
Yeah, even though I was a little late, I know I'm like being late.
That's okay. You added to the commentary, and it was good. And tomorrow it'll be better because listen, if we got through these sex-filled first 7 chapters, I don't even know what the rest of these chapters is going to be. I'm scared, y'all.
We can get into J-Lo and Shine, and I know that's in the book.
Oh, baby, this is about to get so interesting. Like, because some of that stuff took me by surprise. Like the Mary J. Mary, not you. I'll be sure. And y'all had to. It was so hard for me not to laugh.
For the train.
Okay, I see the back. That took me by surprise. Like,
no, Mary been a fun girl.
Ooh, wee.
Yeah, I told Brenda I wasn't surprised. Well, I said that it was probably her initiation into the industry.
And she also went to go get people for Diddy. You know, the people coming out on her too, the little boys.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, wee.
Yeah, I've heard whispers of that too.
Okay. All right, y'all. So are we ready to? We're gonna let y'all get out of here because we've been holding out. It's almost 5 hours, baby. But it was a good time. All right. Tomorrow we're gonna come back and we're gonna do hopefully chapters 8 through 19 to the end. And it should be interesting, y'all. Listen, come already with your beverages, your stomach, peppermints, or your Tums, whatever you need. Okay. We don't know what's gonna be in the rest of these chapters of this book, but we promise it's gonna be interesting. Yes, thank you, Nene. Thank you to Paydae, Nicole. It was a good time.
No
Not
problem.
damn,
Salute to everybody. We'll see y'all tomorrow.
not damn New Yorkers. D Shep, you watch yourself. If I didn't know he made his best albums when he was in Oakland. I'm not playing with y'all. Listen, as a fuck you to Diddy on our way out, we'll take y'all with a little Jada kiss, y'all. Y'all listen. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Stay tuned to see. You may go live on Payday's page, so just stay tuned, y'all. Just look for one of us, okay? We'll probably all be live streaming, but just look to see the live setup for tomorrow, and we'll all share it out. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for rocking with us. 4 hours and 48 minutes on the clock. Let's go out with a little Jada kiss.
I'm glad you did it after you already suffered defeat. You panicking, nigga. Drop that shit, Tech. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. Depending on how you treat her, might get rich. It's guaranteed you're gonna die, but you might get missed. Maybe 2 or 3 hours till they like they spliffs. And that coke will get you a long time. When I let them know the dope is out, it's like America Online. Wise is awoken. And you know they say that you deserved it whenever you die with your... I still hold a title, cause I'm in the hood like them little motorcycle. Stick up kids hopping out with the old rifles, just doing shit for nothing. So I'm just like you, the word that niggas wanna murk you is in the air. Double shot of yak, purple is in the air. And I'm not cocky, I'm confident. When you tell me I'm the best, I mean, come on, what are we doing here? I could have been in the bed watching 100.